Yes.
All right. I got the stream started. I got it up. It says we're playing Pathfinder, so let me change that. How's
Is
it
Delta
going,
Green
guys?
even on there?
Delta Green on there? I'm just talking about the title, but
Oh.
no, it is not. Pathfinder also isn't. I mean, it is, but it's for the video game. So, Operation AGAVESUNSET. God's Law. Delta Green. Guys, catch us live. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. That's right.
Yep. That's what this feels like to me too.
This is a D&D through and through.
I would like to cast Fireball.
Yeah. Upcast Fireball to the 5th level.
Fifth thing Fireball, just on the cops, dude.
Yeah.
On all of LA, I'm just
Just the
nuking
entire
it.
city. We don't need it.
Get rid of LA. Just nuke it off the map. We don't need it.
Yeah.
What's it ever done for me?
Basically a shithole anyway. It's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guy moves to Texas.
Crawling with filth and scum.
Filth and what?
Yeah, all the police, you know.
Good.
Switch up.
In character.
How come I can't move my health bar to the right?
Yeah, health bar.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know why it's locked. I just saw that. The always HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's locked to the left of the frame.
I really like it on the
there.
right side typically, but it's okay. Wait.
I
What?
use it on the left, but I also don't
I
know why
use
it's
it on the
locked.
left as well.
Wow, look at
It
that
wasn't
chat
locked
log.
when I was testing this. That's just today, so.
Yeah, but you also
Changes when
had
you
a
update to a new version.
scene button.
What Keith
So-
did too.
Mm,
I think it's because so I was testing. I know how to fix it. The reason is because I use Keith's accounts as like my test account to make sure like you guys' things are working correctly.
Good choice.
And
and you should always use my account. 'Cause
I had to change him to a trusted player to get that to work. If I just have you guys as a player, you guys can't control that, which is funny because then you just can't do anything.
Yeah, I was just trapped. I was
Why
stuck.
is Kevin trying to pickpocket people?
It's a great
Just
question.
can't resist himself.
Yeah, we won't play with that UI. Even though it's pretty cool, it just looks cool. I don't actually like using it, but it looks cool. Someone's rolling some dice. BB failed to punch. No one.
Is there a way to force update my name? I updated it, it's just not reflected on the UI.
So it is updated. That's a cool name. You need to update your token name. So you change the name on your character sheet, but tokens are different, and that's
Okay.
because like if we're using monsters or something, you know, they
Right.
don't always have the same name. Oh, I didn't save it.
Who would ever do that?
Oh,
Well,
and this thing is... Oh, we can't take our health bar off the left one.
Yeah, that's what
Yikes.
Keith was talking about. I don't know
Okay.
why. Sorry about that.
it's okay. I'll
Just
get over
deal
it.
with it for now.
Well, that's way less health than 48. Come on, this guy's pretty squishy.
You're a human now. You're not a superhero sorcerer. You're just a regular guy.
Wait, he's a human in the other campaign.
Honestly, in the other
He is actually
campaign, we're
human.
kind of just regular guys too.
Except, you know, one of them's a bird and the other one's a snake, and you know, they have to act and talk like regular people.
They're
Racist.
just like
Birds can
us.
be regular
They
people,
might
too.
look a little different, but they're just like
Yeah.
us.
That's the lesson. That's the lesson that we learned from
They all
Grogo.
die the same way.
Except for the rat folk.
Red folk are truly
No.
lesser than. That's very true.
Yeah, those
They-
those things are fucked up. They're too good at getting out of ropes.
Yeah, no regular person would be able to get out of ropes that easily. That's how you know that they're fucked up.
And they totally knew that, Sned could use Ghost Touch, so they took that. It's just they didn't even need it. They just took it to spite him.
Spoilers. Spoilers for everyone that's not caught up on Ghostmaker, dude. Holy shit.
Shit.
Am
Sorry,
I get a
Kevin,
hero
sorry.
point for recapping?
No hero points in this game because you guys are not heroes.
Okay,
unfortunately.
well, like that's up to you. I think if I asked Elam, he would think I'm a hero.
Who's
If I asked
Ellen?
my family, they would call me a pig.
Okay.
Actually, canonically written in my backstory.
Oh, Ellen. You didn't
Yeah.
call him lawnmower. Sorry, I got confused.
Yeah.
Well, Phoebe calls him Elam. Theo, Phoebe's late husband, called him lawnmower.
He
Right,
eats
right.
grass. He's a lawnmower. God.
That's how I know him. I know him as lawnmower. Sorry, I was closer to your husband.
Hey, you know who else was closer? Pilot.
Bill Chambers?
Bill Chambers was real close, especially at the end. You
Pretty
know.
close. Pretty close at points.
At one point.
I don't know why, but Marvin Dwarf makes me think of Doofenshmirtz. Anyone else?
Same
Yeah.
character, actually.
Nerd-esque name, I guess.
What's Doofenshmirtz?
Kevin is
Okay.
uncultured.
Yeah,
They're
how do you
also-
not
It's coming
know
back.
that?
Yeah,
He's a super
Verb
star.
is coming back.
yeah. I
Like is it
I don't know if
cartoon
I
or-
like the
cartoon
rotation
or live
picture,
action.
Keaton.
You can turn that off.
It's
You
funny, but it doesn't work because I'm just a portrait.
Yeah, that works if you have the top-down token, so you have like the token ring on. That's a personal setting. I guess I can force it off for all of you if I wanted to, but
No, it's okay. Keep it on. It's kind of funny. I'll get used to it.
okay. So, we are playing some Delta Green. This is what I'm calling Operation Agave Sunset. It's our playthrough of God's Law, a supplement, one module part of the greater God's Teeth campaign. So, we got some 4 characters here. We did our session 0 last week. We definitely know all the rules to Delta Green. There'll be no confusion. You guys have your names. You got your beautiful artwork here. Did you guys do your other homework? You guys know how you're getting the call for this operation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Keith knows.
Are we doing just the call, like receive for the operation, or like
How about this?
is it also
You-
the home call?
You can think no home stuff yet.
Okay.
I'll do the one with Keith first, and you guys can figure out what's going on for your characters.
Yeah,
So-
we talked this out or we lapped it up.
Mm-hmm.
You guys.
So, Keith, can you describe Phoebe Sulford for us a little bit and describe maybe there's probably a specific date. This is I'll say this like November 15th. Let's say November 15th, 2018. Can anyone pull up really quick on Google what day of the week that was?
November, what was it, 15th?
15th, 2018. That'll be approximately the day. you guys was-
Thursday.
Thursday.
It was a Thursday, yeah.
Thursday night. Okay, fuck it. I'll make it Friday. November 16th, 2018.
Yeah.
Sister's birthday. Phoebe's at home after a long week of work. Where?
At home in New Mexico.
At home in New Mexico. She's good week of work, coding, doing something. She's tired. Sitting at
Mhm.
home. I don't know.
With Ellen.
With Alum on her lap watching TV or something. Whatever her evening routine is. You feel free to describe more if you want. But-
What was a popular show in 2018?
Big Bang Theory.
Young Sheldon.
I'm sure she would be watching Big Bang Theory.
I looked up most popular show in 2018. It brought up a bunch of anime.
Okay.
It's just for you.
Does she watch
That's
anime?
just for you. She would.
Yellowstone was out. That's a popular one people like. We'll go with that
Is
one.
she Republican?
He lives in New Mexico, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're Republican.
They don't exist there. They're
There's a lot of
Mexican.
Republicans, actually.
You was
Okay.
popular. Maniac. Maniac was a good show.
The fuck is
Was it
Maniac?
Game of Thrones during that year?
He
That's
was
got
watching Run with the Wind, which is an anime
Oh,
about
that's a
running.
great show.
Have you watched it?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite shows. Yeah,
I've
it's about
never
running.
seen it. It is.
It's a cross country team in college. Okay, so she's watching Run with the Wind.
Yeah, that's her favorite show.
She loves running.
No, she hates running.
That's why she appreciates the show, maybe.
Yeah.
A lot of the characters in the show also hate running, but they do it anyway.
She was also considering watching Slut Ever. It's
No
a
one-
2018 documentary.
No one likes running, dude. Not even people who run like running.
This is important background. Setting the scene here.
Yeah.
So she's watching Run with the Wind, and
hmm
here's a knock on the door.
Well, I don't have a voice for her.
Were you just
Oh.
gonna say "oi"?
She suddenly becomes Scottish.
Oi, Bob! Get off me, love! Ellen, sit over there! Coming to the door! Yeah, she's New Mexican, that's her accent.
That's how people in New Mexico
That's what
sound.
they
yeah.
sound like over there.
Yep.
Phoebe then proceeds to open the door. Cautiously,
Cautiously open the door and
forgetting that she ordered food recently.
Actually, she didn't order food.
What?
You open the door and there's a driver already pulling away before you see you look around and you see there's a car already pulling away, turning the corner at the end of your street, and there's a plastic bag of takeout left on your doorstep. You didn't place an order.
My takeout! Oh, I didn't know they were doing no contact already. I thought they were waiting for the 2020 drop. She says.
Uh-huh. She's time traveling too.
No, she's not. It was planned.
Oh no. What do you do? It's just a bag.
That's odd. She's gonna grab it. I mean, like, she doesn't want to just leave it there. It's kind of odd, you know?
Yeah. And you grab it, inspecting it. You're a little suspicious of this random food that was dropped on your doorstep. And
Yeah.
the restaurant listed on the bag doesn't exist as far as you know. It's nothing you've heard of around town. You do a quick Google on your phone. You've never heard of this restaurant.
Random food generator didn't show up.
Yeah, the food in it, you pull it out, and it says it's a green agave grilled chicken wrap.
Is it from Spicy Sunset?
Is that a restaurant in New Mexico?
I
Oh.
looked. I googled fake restaurant name, and the AI overview gave me Blue Elephant or Spicy Sunset as
Yes,
examples.
it's a green agave grilled chicken wrap from Spicy Sunset,
Okay.
which from all of your Googling, as far as you can tell, it's just a ghost kitchen that's offered on all these delivery services, Uber Eats, Grubhub.
Actually, like Chili's or something.
Yeah, it's actually like Chili's, or it's a, I don't know, it's a Hooters or something. But they
Phoebe's
use the
favorite.
name Spicy Sunset on delivery apps. And you're feeling in your hand, it's cold. It's a like dead cold, almost frozen chicken wrap. The receipt on the bag lists an address that when you Google says it belongs to the federal building in Los Angeles. The date of purchase is November 17th, 2018. Saturday. Tomorrow.
That's all right. Well, frick, Ellum, Ellum, you're going to grandmom.
You should- I really hope you keep this accent up. The customer phone number on the receipt is too long. It's like 20 digits.
Oh, what are the 20 digits, perhaps?
Check it out. You analyze it. You figure out the
Is
code.
significant in some way?
The latest protocol from the program would decode it as a claim code for tickets purchased and waiting at the nearest airport.
Plural tickets?
They don't know your husband's dead yet.
Yeah.
I think they would know that. If
Well,
anyone
if you-
would know that, it's probably Delta Green.
You don't know that your husband's actually come back to life as a zombie.
Oh, okay.
Right.
That's a major plot
Well,
point.
then I guess they would know that.
Spoilers. It's like a claim code for tickets. You have a one ticket, whatever you would prefer.
Okay.
Maybe there's a ticket for Ellum.
Oh, he could come?
You tell me.
Frick, put him in the backpack.
All right.
You know that like astronaut bag for the
Yeah, I was
cat?
gonna say Phoebe seems like someone who'd have those one of those astronaut
I have
travel
one of
bags.
those.
Yeah, Ellum's going in one of those.
All right. Yeah, 2 tickets, 1 pet ticket, 1 human ticket. I already purchased all for you, and it's waiting at whatever Albuquerque Airport is called. And you tickets are for either like later this night or tomorrow morning. So
So there's no personal interaction with your work or home during this scene. It's just purely a Delta Green introduction.
yes.
Yeah, it's the weekend. They'll be fine.
You know, you can always call them later.
Hopefully,
Yeah.
this will only take 2 days, right? There's no way
Yeah, you should
this
be.
lasts until the work week. So Phoebe gets these tickets. She finds them online. She puts in the code. She gets her tickets and packs her bags. I don't know. Is there any other procedure she would go through as she goes on her Delta Green operation? Anything she's remembering to bring? Thank you. I got a picture of a lawnmower I gotta upload, I guess.
He might be significant to the plot. I don't know.
He might be. Anything she remembers to pack? What is she bringing with her? That's an important thing to know. You don't have to spell it out exactly, but it would just help for me. You can bring whatever you want, anything that is reasonable for all of you, anything that would be reasonable for your character to own or have and bring with them. Now, if you're flying, you have to be able to get it through TSA. If you're bringing a gun or something, you have to have your permits or whatever. I don't know how flying with guns works.
No, Phoebe wouldn't carry a gun. She knows that Delta Green usually provides one for her. She doesn't like have some special gun she needs.
She doesn't
so.
bring her own extra
No.
stuff. Okay. No,
No,
grenades?
she's not a gun pervert, so she doesn't really care.
Okay. So, what is she packing besides regular clothes and toiletries and?
She's bringing her laptop. She's got a couple Arduinos she's bringing as well. Feel like that might be important for her projects. She likes computer science, she's got to do something. What else do I do? Let me look at my stats again. Maybe something will be relevant. She brings a calculator. That's important.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys
when you
bring
might need a
calculators.
calculator.
I always have one strapped in my backpack with me.
See, but she wouldn't say like I'm bringing my calculator. She'd be like, I'm packing my calc, right?
Yeah,
she's
she
cool.
uses slang.
She
So.
uses slang.
Yeah.
She's using slang, guys.
She'd probably bring like some Tylenol.
Drugs are important.
And then like she'd definitely bring like that medicine for when you get like motion sickness.
Okay.
Because Ellum gets air sick sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I haven't looked into any more inventory stuff, so pretty short notice. So it's kind of just grabs what she can.
Yeah, you just
Water
gotta grab
bottle
and go.
naturally.
Mm-hmm. Is that a hydro flask or?
Nalgene.
Nalgene. Okay.
Yeah. She's a bit different.
So yeah, you can add all that to your sheet. If you guys don't have permission to add gear to your sheet, you can just write it in somewhere so we know to add it later. Make sure you save it. So all your hard work doesn't get lost. Oh, looks like, yeah, you can add stuff. So you can work on what gear you have as I go over to Malik. What's going on with Marvin Dorf? Where is he on Friday night, November 16th, 2018? What is he doing?
He's sitting at home, preparing dinner, and he hears a little tap at the door. His wife's, in the shower getting ready for dinner, and the kids are out on a Friday night with their
How old are your
friend's
kids?
house or something. One of them's 16 and the other one is like 10.
Okay.
So they're out at their friends so that Marvin and Aaron could have a date night. Since tensions between them have been pretty high, as she can tell that he's been hiding stuff from her since he did the dramatic career change, and she's just never understood why, and he won't tell her, as he's had a hard time being himself or opening up since he started working with Delta Green. But he hears a tap at the door, and he goes out there to find no one there, but a little a note in his mailbox, and he checks the note to see that it's what his handler told him to expect. It's a letter from another forensic investigator, indicating that there's a convention going on in LA, and he's also working a mysterious, like a difficult case, and he thinks that getting us another set of eyes on the case would be helpful, and maybe they could figure out some new techniques from this convention, and that he should come out to visit and support.
Okay. I'll add that whatever it says in the note, whatever code is in there that helps you figure out that it's a Delta Green thing going on. It also, I forgot to mention this for Phoebe, it also makes it clear that it is urgent. Like, you have to leave now or immediately in the morning.
That made sense with the day of or next day ticket.
Yeah. So also included in this, some sort of code laid out in there that you can decode reasonably well. Because the protocol, you all know the protocol, at least the current protocol, for figuring out those codes. And you pull up on your phone real quick while your wife's still in the shower. Maybe she's out now, and you pull it up and figure out it's plane tickets to LA. And you have that address of the federal building as well in Los Angeles.
I sigh, and and another shred of my sanity that leaves me as I realize it's going to be another intense case. Like, if I'm getting called out and not just consulted, it's going to be, I start having flashbacks to my first incident, the thing that got me connected with Delta Green in the first place, and I go back to cooking to ease my mind, and I have this nice dinner with Erin before I break the news to her that I need to leave for some time for a sudden.
Thank you for volunteering that. Give me a sanity check.
Oh, frick.
Oh. Oh.
Yell at her.
Let's go.
It'll make you feel better.
You're fine. So even on a success, sometimes you can lose sanity. This one was small enough. You don't lose any sanity.
Nice. Okay, so I tell her that I have to leave suddenly for an urgent case that's come up in LA, a friend I've met in the field at some conventions, because this is not the first time I've had to leave like this.
Who is this friend?
It's
I
just
don't know
another
any of your
forensic.
friends. You don't have any friends in LA.
The forensic convention.
Well, it's not much of a friend, so much as a, the fellow forensic investigator. One that I've met at a convention, very smart person, has helped me on a couple cases, and I kind of owe him for his help.
Another forensic investigator that you just happen to meet at conventions. What's her name? What's her name?
His name is Jeff.
His name Jeff.
Yep.
Wait. I've seen that movie. Did it come out yet? It did.
It did, yeah. 21 Jump Street.
I know that's your favorite movie. Okay. I know you just made up that name. What's her name?
I sigh and I shake my head again. I'll be gone at this convention in LA, and I'll be helping them with a case.
A convention or a case?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
They need help with the case. There's also a convention going on. It's going to be convenient for me to
It
get
is
both
very
done.
convenient.
We're hoping to get some tools to the convention, try them out on this case, see if they help
Fine.
produce any results.
Whatever. Leave me with the kids again.
Sorry, Aaron.
She's a drinker for wine, and she doesn't look at you the rest of the night.
I go to start packing.
At least you succeeded the sanity rule.
Yeah.
Yep, and everything's fine at home. Delta Green hasn't ruined my life. It's okay.
I mean, she's still with you. You guys are still married with the kids. Having date
No,
nights.
I hadn't.
So there's a
I
little
hadn't
hope.
intended. I hadn't intended for the mistrust to be that kind of mistrust, but you know what? It's fine. It makes sense.
Maybe
Yeah.
he didn't. Maybe Marvin wasn't thinking about that. Maybe he didn't think she was suspecting that, but turns out she is.
Marvin Dwarf's a cheater.
Marvin Dorf, you dog.
You
Yeah.
sly dog,
The
Marvin.
ghosts.
He's pulling ladies left and right.
Yeah, look at this guy.
He gets around.
He's really out here at forensic conventions, just sleeping with all these forensic investigators.
His spherical cranium is.
Let's pull up this photo, dude. Heck yeah.
Look at
Why
that
is
guy.
he
He's a
such a
player.
prominent circle on his head?
That's
He's got like a plate inserted into his forehead.
he's got a thick skull, okay?
Apparently.
All right. So you
Yeah,
pack your
dude, what
bags.
happened to his forehead, man?
Hey man, all right. He's just. You don't know. You don't know what you know what Marvin's been through.
Is his
all right?
brain too big? It's like bulging out of
He's
his
so
skull.
smart.
He was in a car accident when he was a kid, and it never healed right. And he's very sensitive about
Lord.
it. So leave him alone.
Can't wait to point that out first thing when I see him.
Jesus Christ, your forehead is crazy.
I pull out my gun and I shoot them.
Head, you can land a plane on that thing.
You could
And
land a
then
helicopter.
wait, plate.
Crash a helicopter into that.
Crash your crane.
Yeah, at least she can joke about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
At least she's at that
Yeah.
stage now.
All right.
That and alcoholism.
So, what is Marvin Dorf packing his bags?
Got a cat too.
He brings like his clothes and he
good.
just starts he brings like a laptop, and he brings like a little med kit, a couple like maybe some surgery tools, and then he doesn't think he's gonna get his gun through TSA, so he he assumes that he's gonna get one from Delta Green on arrival. Is that a fair assumption?
Yeah, if you need a gun, if they expect you will need a gun, you'll get one.
Okay, yeah. So then I just
It's possible they don't expect you to need a gun, but you do. So,
yeah, seeing how I have to
Happened
fly
before.
there, it's gonna be a little difficult to bring a gun, I think. So
You could drive there. Really fast.
wait, he's from New York.
Yeah.
and the thing made it
Right.
seem urgent. So I don't bring it. I don't try to figure that out. It's already gonna be a hassle to bring this like these surgery like tools, and scalpel, and some of our like sewing kit and all my medical kit through there.
Sewing
But
kit?
or like to like close wounds, to stitch wounds.
Oh, okay.
Like
Oh, I thought you were gonna
Like-
like sew some clothes real quick on the
Yeah.
Got his
plane.
tourniquet kit. And
Okay, okay. So medical equipment, medical supplies, whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, you can add that to your character sheet, whatever you think is appropriate, as long as it's things you can like have on a plane or have delivered with it in the next 2 or 3 days, to a hotel or something. You know, you can have it with you. If you're gonna tell me like you're ordering a tank or something, you're gonna have to make some rolls. But if it's just
I
regular
ordered
things
a
you can-
tank. I think I'll need it for my war on LA that's coming up.
yeah. Otherwise, just normal things. You can have. Don't worry too much about the money unless it's something that's a crazy expense. Then we'll have to try to resolve that. All right. What about Benny Pinchin? What's going on with him? What is he doing on Friday, November 16th, 2018?
Well, it's late at night, and he's walking back from the gas station, and we just bought a pack of cigarettes. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he's thinking about his
already.
who's she's probably sleeping by now at this hour.
Who?
Probably should have called her earlier, but I doubt she cares that much.
Mhm.
Anyways, so he's walking back to his shitty rundown apartment, and as he's walking, he turns the corner, and this guy in a suit, he bumps into him. It's like, rude much? And he notices he dropped something. Looks like a pack of cigarettes, and I think, hey, I consider myself a good Samaritan, but just this once, it's so late at night. But this guy, he's turning around and keeps walking the other way. I doubt he cares that much, so he picks up the pack of cigarettes, opens
I
them.
love that Delta Green just assumes that you're gonna be an asshole and just take this person's cigarette. Delta Green's like, yeah, this guy would just keep this. He wouldn't even call out to that person.
He just
For real?
you never have too many cigarettes, you know.
Exactly. That's why he's going to pack 3 with him on his trip to LA, but that's for later. He opens a pack, and he sees a little note inside. It's a green paper, and he pulls it out, and he knows immediately what this is. And as he sees it, feels a pit in his stomach. Just a hug. Like, really? I got to do this now. And takes a slow drag of cigarette.
Yeah. And on the
Question, Keaton.
cigarette box is, all that same information. Federal Building, Los Angeles, 20-digit code for airplane tickets, and a date for tomorrow.
Do we get paid?
From Delta Green?
Does
You
Delta
get paid in
Green pay us?
saving the world.
Doesn't let me pay my rent.
That's what I'm saying.
Save the world.
yeah,
It's
I'm
like,
not
hey,
saving the
come
world
help us for free. Go risk your life and
Risk your sanity, risk
And
your
your
entire
sanity.
livelihood, risk all your relationships
your
for free.
family. Yeah.
So that's the thing, right? Like, Delta Green doesn't pay you. You're doing this because you know it's right. You know
What's
that's what you have to do. So whatever justification it is for Marvin Dorr, for Benny Pinchin, for Phoebe Solfred, whatever it is that motivates you, it's not money here. Now, Delta Green sometimes does take care of people in more roundabout ways. Like, they probably helped Benny get his promotion to, officer. Do you know his rank?
I think I chose like first class sergeant, Green Beret.
Yeah. So Delta Green probably, helped sign some paperwork. Some other officers in the Army They have some other guys there that probably dotted some I's, crossed some T's to help get Benny some promotions. They probably helped Marvin land his new job. They probably, they're taking care of Phoebe, got her some extra life insurance money, even though, New York Life was arguing with her about how many benefits she's supposed to get. Like, they were trying to reduce her benefit 25% or something, but Delta Green helped out, got her all of her benefits like she should have. So they don't pay you like per operation, but there's other ways they help you. So that's up to you. It's always this, Delta Green is this shadowy presence throughout all of the government. There's people everywhere in Delta Green, right? We got a coroner, we got an army guy, we got just a computer scientist here. So you guys may at some point be the guy that signs a piece of paperwork for another Delta Green agent. You don't know what it's for, you don't know really who it's benefiting, but you see some sort of signal on the paperwork you're supposed to sign on your desk, and you realize this is from Delta Green, so you sign it, even though you know it's probably not right, it's probably against policy, possibly against the law, but you sign that paper anyway because it's helping Delta Green, because Delta Green is keeping the world together. And it got you this job. It got you your life insurance money. It got you all these things. So whatever it is.
I'm just saying, like, the U.S. government spends so much on the defense, and they tell you
This
we don't get
isn't
any of it.
defense. Defense gets spent on Israel. This is different.
Fuck. The whole defense budget is bombing Gaza right now.
It wasn't in 2018. It was just making the bombs that would eventually bomb Gaza. Is there anything else going on with Benny Pinchy? You get the pack of cigarettes.
If there's some slight hesitation, he rushes home. He's got a flight ticket now.
Benny's like,
So-
if I keep getting these free cigarette packs, I guess I gotta keep doing this work.
So he makes a bed. He packs some clothes. The only clothes so the only things he packs are those, and of course some cigarettes, 2 lighters just in case. He thinks for a second about
cigarettes.
2 cigarette packs, 2 lighters. As many, just as much. It's like food for him,
Mm-hmm.
He thinks about bringing a gun for a second. Because who goes anywhere this day and age without a gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then he thinks, they'll probably provide me with something to get there.
But
I
you are
can-
active military, so you can definitely fly with your service weapon.
Oh, well, never mind then. I'm absolutely taking my gun with me.
He open carries it on the plane.
Yep. That's right.
Yep. Okay. So you got your cigarettes, you got your clothes, you got your gun. And you fly next thing in the morning. So you don't even say anything to
I leave a note. I like, sorry, baby. Gotta go. Important military business as usual. You know how it is in LA. Don't question it. Secret underground terrorist threat. And I
Did you
leave
write
the
that
money.
on the note?
Yes.
Don't worry about it. Just a underground terrorist threat.
And then I leave her some money, and then I leave without. I don't. That's it. I don't.
Okay.
She can call me if she wants to. Whatever.
Does she live with you?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys live together. All right.
I don't know, we've been distant lately.
Oh no.
Are you sleeping in different beds?
No, but might as well be.
Emotionally
Nice.
speaking.
Emotionally speaking, we are sleeping in different beds. And I never see her when I wake up. She's never beside me. She's always out having a smoke.
You guys love smoking.
I love smoking so much, you don't understand.
Mhm.
I'm a magnesium-based life form.
Okay. Yeah, so you just leave that note and you head out first thing in the morning. Early flight. So you can add whatever it is you want to your character sheet in the equipment tab. Whatever you think is appropriate. And next we will go to the man formerly known as Pilot,
It's pilot. Yeah.
Bill Chambers. Where is he on Friday, November 16th, 2018? What is he doing?
It's early evening. Sun's just setting, and he's in the skies, coming down on his plane.
Love a good
Coming down
helicopter
into
sunset.
a plane? With
No,
a
he's
helicopter?
coming down from the skies in his
Jesus
plane.
Christ.
Yeah, so it's a nice, beautiful early evening over San Diego. Sunset skies, and I always like to picture things in terms of like a camera's eye, and then we see dipping into the frame. We have a small four-seater aircraft, and it's getting ready for its final approach.
Target acquired.
Target acquired. Where's any more relatives of Phoebe?
All right, flying your helicopter. How are you getting this?
Not helicopter, aircraft, just fixed wing. It's a Cessna.
Oh, Cessna. Okay.
Yeah, this is what he enjoys doing in his spare time. All right, so Bill's flying over in the skies and is getting ready for his final approach. So he radios the tower. Tower, this is a Cessna N172 SP, 5 miles west at 3000. Inbound for full stop with information alpha. Just took the old bird out for a post-rebuild stretch. She's purring like a kitten that just found the cream.
Sounds absolutely disgusting.
Pilots are awful people.
Yeah.
The air traffic controller, ATC, buzzes back over. N172 SP, enter left downwind, runway 27, report midfield. Happy to hear everything's holding up. Left downwind 27, we'll report midfield. Bill looks over at his back seat. He's got his pit bull Zero with him. He's looking out. He's in the plane. Yeah, he likes flying.
Oh shit.
He's looking out the window. He's a happy dog. He's just chilling.
Hell yeah.
He's got those little dog goggles on. Like not on his face, but like
Goggles?
like up. Yeah, like up over him. Is that what they're called? Doggles.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Goggles.
So a few minutes passes and he's coming close to the runway now. Tower N172 SP, midfield left down 127, still airborne, still smiling. Yeah, that's N172 SP, cleared to land runway 27, winds 28 at 6. Cleared to land. Appreciate the service. So the plane
Not mumbling enough wasn't realistic.
Well, the thing is that this is a film, right? And I'm not Christopher Nolan, so I like making my audio like actual like audible, But,
Tavin likes Audible.
Yeah, not really though, because I steal from Audible.
So the Cessna comes in with a slight little bounce. It lands on the runway and settles down and gets ready to approach taxiing. Tower N172 SP, clear of 27 at Alpha, cross taxi to parking. Everything's in one piece. I'd call that a win.
One Piece.
The One Piece is real?
One
N172 SP, taxi to parking via Alpha, monitor ground, 0.8. Thanks for the company, Tower. So Bill brings his plane over and taxis it, and he's got his own little hangar space that he rents out and pulls it around, brings the plane to a stop and hops out, and good old Zero's right behind him. And then he takes a look, settles the plane then, and he's got a little like not like a little mailbox on the side of the hangar, sort of just more usually for like official stuff, but just as force of habit he goes and takes a look and sees if you got anything in there, and he pulls out a nice little postcard, has a Santa Monica Pier on it,
Beautiful.
and then on the front it's got a few little small little phrase and says
Next target. Oh.
no. Next target. And it's got
It says crash the plane.
Keith's character right there.
You
On there
remember
it says
2001, don't you?
it says hope your engine rebuild's treating you well. It's time for a check-in. And then it's just signed the mechanic. And then Bill takes a look at it and flips it over and sees an address in LA and a time, and it's tomorrow.
All right.
Oh shit. Alright. Guess it has been a while. So with that, Bill goes to get his preparations. So for that, he leaves his dog with a friend, a wartime friend, old military buddy. And then as far as supplies and stuff goes, so things I think are very realistic for him to have. So he has a gun, probably some medical supplies, some sort of radio too, maybe a mesh radio, I don't know, or something. I don't think that's too uncommon to have.
Sure.
The other thing that I think is not too unreasonable to have would be to have some sort of ordinances. I think it's reasonable that he would have gotten some grenades out from his time in the military.
Okay.
He carries around harm missiles.
He's got a couple. Yeah, he's got Apache. He's got some Apache Tomahawk missiles or something. Just chilling, loads them up. Good to
Shoulder
have.
mounts.
Yeah.
He just shoulder mounts those.
He carries Hellfires wherever he goes.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have too many affairs to get in order. He's single, so really just has to get his dog taken care of, and then as far as work at this point, I think he's assuming he's probably not going to be out for that long, so that's sort of a Monday problem. Still out.
Mhm.
And then otherwise, he just fly right up.
All right.
Actually, I guess he would drive, huh? Driving's probably more realistic.
Not gonna fly to LA.
With his bombs?
I mean, it's his plane. It's his plane. It's not like they check you before you board your plane.
They probably check when you land, though. Depends on how quickly you can get them off, I guess.
I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna it's not like going through border control or whatever, right?
Yeah,
And
but
you
where
just
you
fly
keeping your
right
plane?
over.
Just at some private airfield. Not private, but it's not like.
He puts a tarp over it, lands it in a field.
Well, I think it makes more sense for him to drive up anyways, though. So.
All right, he's driving up, so we don't have to worry about that.
Wait, but how are we going to get around town if you don't have your plane or helicopter?
Oh, because a plane's gonna help us get around LA, right?
Well, do you have driving skills or flying skills?
I have driving skills.
He does have some drive, I think. 20.
Yeah.
He's really. He's just slightly above average at driving. All right, so you got all that. You can add that to your character sheet. You just go over to the equipment tab and you click add. And you write in what it is. If it's a weapon, you have to do a little bit more stuff, but pretty much you can just write in what the name of the thing is. As long as it's something you can carry on you in a bag, duffel bag or backpack or something, it's fair game. If you want to say like it's larger than that, but you're keeping it at a hotel room or somewhere else, sure, but we'll just have to remember that you have to go back to get it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ, this song is louder. It was suspenseful. Okay, so you guys all get the call. None of you know each other, other than, Bill Chambers does know Phoebe's late husband, but none of you know each other. You all get to LA around the same time. If any of you were on the same flights or at baggage claim at the same time, you wouldn't know one another is Delta Green. There's nothing indicating that. Maybe you're looking around trying to see, but no one stands out.
I'm
to
wearing
you.
my Delta Green hat.
Yeah. Standard issue Delta Green hat.
Everybody has one of those.
Yeah, I was wearing my sweatshirt, my Delta Green sweatshirt.
Hmm. So you guys
And
do find
Ellum
each other pretty quickly.
has a Delta Green cat shirt too.
Cat shirt. Good. You all show up to that address the next morning, Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Whatever your accommodations are, Delta Green would have paid for like 2 nights of a hotel or motel, whatever. But beyond that, you're gonna be on your own to find your own lodging. You can stay in the same hotel if you like. But you meet 8 a.m. at that address. It's in this large, just like square building. Just a big blank cube, basically. You go in, and you make your way over to a windowless conference room. You descend down, and you make your way over. Thank you. You make your way down some steps. You follow some directions, some other little codes, little signals, and you realize this. The building is basically blank, other than this staircase that takes you down below the street, and you're below Wilshire Boulevard. There's just a long, blank, empty hallway, and there's just a single door in the center of this hallway. You walk down, open the door, and there's just a I'm sorry, there are other doors. I lied. But in this room, it's just looks like standard, like government conference room. There's a big TV on the wall. There's conference table, chairs, and you see your handler in the room. He's just eating some lunch. He packed a peanut butter sandwich, and he's looking over some papers when any of you would walk in. Whoever gets there first, he says, "Oh, hey, you're here on time. Good. Well, we're still waiting for others. I'll start once they're here." And his mouth full of peanut butter. Once you all arrive, he's like, "Oh, good." He just packs up his papers, puts them in his bag. He says, here. And there's a desktop PC. Looks like, based on the way, he's still like plugging things in, setting things up. He's got a duffel bag next to him. It looks like he just set this up like before you guys got here. And he's like, "All right, let's see." And he hits the power button. It boots on. Ah, nice. First try. And then he's got some other papers laid out in a valise. He goes, "All right, you all know why you're here. Assets in Silicon Valley tipped us to multiple videos uploaded over the last 48 hours. Definitely in our wheelhouse. The footage is about as clear as a terms of service violation as it gets, so we're having good luck keeping it offline. Our techs tell me it's too consistent to be fake. Metadata locates all the angles in the same LA neighborhood. Timestamps all sync up, so it's all legit. Nothing doctored as far as we can tell. Our techs are pretty good." He gives a little wink at Phoebe. They say it could be some new type of drug, something else. We're not sure what it is yet, but that's y'all job. Could be something worse. In any case, find out. If it's our problem, solve it. He takes out an empty business card. He just writes a number on it. He hands it. Who would be sitting closest to the computer and the handler?
Me.
Okay. And I don't know what this guy looks like. He's probably mid-30s, average height. Maybe slightly above average. He's like 5'11", 6 foot. Otherwise, very like nondescript looking guy, very plain. He writes this number down and he hands it to Phoebe. Everything you need stays in this room on this computer. Solid off network, we're air gapped here. Room is shielded from Wi-Fi cell signals, you might have noticed. There's some office space in some of these other rooms here. It's all yours for now. If you need internet or make a call, you can head over to that room. Anything else? Call this number and I'll run it up the chain, alright?
Thank you. Oh, wait. Thank you. I don't know how to do it now. I've lost the voice. Thank you, love. Appreciate it.
He just gives you a weird look like, alright.
My New Mexico accent. Everyone has this.
And yeah,
Marvin says, "Oh, sounds like you're from New Mexico."
Yeah, that's right.
So the guy packs up the rest of his papers, puts it in his backpack, packs up his half-eaten sandwich, takes a little quick swig of whatever's in his bottle, packs that up, puts his backpack on, and he heads out.
Well, I guess
Go ahead.
I guess we'll all be working on this together, huh? We should probably get to know each other. I'm smart. Something of a doctor, I guess. Sick, surgery. If you guys get hurt at all, I'll be there to patch you up.
Name's Benny Pinchin, Green Beret, First Major Sergeant.
Bill sort of nods his head at that. It's Bill Chambers, ex-Marine Corps. Now I'm a pilot for the San Diego Police Department.
Marine Corps pilot. Weren't in the Air Force. You know,
There's a lot more than just the Air Force that flies, buddy.
sail.
What?
Enough jokes, I guess.
The Marines do it all.
I guess so. I guess.
Despite the name.
You don't know about the Marines? Or the Navy? Or the Army? Literally every other branch, buddy.
Learn something new every day, I guess.
Yeah, we do that a lot with my work.
Amen to that. Bill sort of holds out his hand. And you, miss? Gesturing at Phoebe.
Clearly from New
me.
Mexico with that accent.
Yeah, clearly you can tell where I'm from because my accent, yeah. But, well, I typically don't give my name to my co-workers for this kind of work. So you can just call me Ruby. Ruby will work.
Okay.
Gotta have a little bit of distrust in these people. You can't trust a man. Can't get too close. They might die.
They might die.
And Phoebe, you notice next to the computer there's a duffel bag and there's some things in there.
What's this then?
If you dig through it, you find 4 badges. You open it up, it says FBI on it. And yours says Agent Ruby something? What's the
Knight.
last- Ruby Knight. Okay.
With
Yeah,
a
no one's
K.
gonna think that badge is fake.
Knight with a K.
Ruby Knight.
Yeah, Ruby
Everyone's
Knight.
like, "Yep, that's just a normal person's name." That's
Ruby Knight. That sounds like that's
Well,
a
that's
stripper name
convenient.
right
That's
there.
the name I gave you. No, I looked it up first to make sure it wasn't a stripper name. But
Look, there's a lot of undocumented strippers out there, so.
Yeah.
whoa, okay, no need to throw shade at him. It is a book in 1990. The Ruby Knight.
Okay.
Maybe that's how she got her name. She liked that book.
It was a long lost jewel with the power to cure the poison that threatens the life of Elana, Queen of Alenia.
You should
So-
read that book as research for playing with Phoebe.
I don't know how to read, Keaton.
That's true. I
Shit,
forgot.
you too?
It has 13,920 reviews on Goodreads.com. So this,
So it's a good book.
it's a popular book. 4 stars.
Along with those 4 badges with whatever names are on them, you guys can pick the fake names the FBI picked for you.
One of you should be named Sparhawk because that's one of the characters in this book apparently, and that's a cool name.
Sparhawk.
Sparhawk? Like spar? Like you
Yeah.
fight spar?
I think
Yeah.
that makes sense for Bill. You know, He's a
It kind of
pirate, he's a
does.
hawk.
When provoked, Sparhawk was not the most reasonable of men. That's the first review.
That's sure.
Sounds exactly like
you got
Bill.
you got
Sounds like
you,
Bill
you got
Chambers.
you got Bill down to a T. Yeah.
Maybe we should all just be named after characters in this book.
Did Phoebe know that Bill's the one who killed her husband?
No.
But to be clear, I'm not making this canon.
Drama. Already stirring the pot.
Doesn't matter what you're making it, Kevin. It's a real world, you know? You can't run away from your mistakes like that.
Okay.
You can't just pretend
So-
it didn't happen.
Okay.
Along with the 4 badges of Ruby Knight and Sparhawk and 2 other names, there's also 4 Glock 19 Gen 5s in there for each of
I
you.
freaking knew I didn't need to bring one.
You pull those
Glock
out.
19 Gen 5. Holy fuck. Holy
Can we add those somehow? Is that like an item you can just give us, or do we need to write it?
Yeah, I'll add those ones for you.
Okay. Because there are stats for it.
Yep. Yep. I'll pull them up. So, what do you guys do or say?
Well,
Well,
I
duty
usually don't
calls.
like when they give us a gun. Work tends to be a little bit harder than that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very true.
I guess we should start reading up on the case.
Gotta start shooting people.
Can we-
Oh,
Can we start
Sorry.
by watching the video that he's talking about that they keep taking off the internet?
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Sure. So I assume Phoebe is close to the computer science. She's gonna hop on the computer first.
Yeah, she knows how to browse things on a computer.
Yeah.
She pulls it up.
Just, Windows 8, Windows 7. Oh, I don't know what was out at the time.
Windows 10 was out.
Windows 10. Okay, it's probably Windows 10, but it's a really
Oh, we started on Windows
shitty
XP.
government version of Windows 10.
Oh, good. Okay. Then it was
Yeah.
probably pretty bad.
You pull up, there's just one folder on the center of the desktop called AGAVESUNSET on it. Double click that, open it up, and you see a half dozen video files there. Each you scan through, each has attached digital forensic summaries. It says they were compiled by the NSA. The most viewed file on of all these, because it shows the metadata for all these. It has in the summary, it says the most viewed file is titled Sutra Sand, 14/11/2018, 23/10/2313. And for those of you that don't know how to read military time, that's 11:10 to 11:13 p.m. That's the title of the most viewed video.
is it with the date or is it just 11, 10, 11, 13?
Yeah, 14/11/2018.
I put it in the
Okay.
chat.
He put it in the
Oh.
chat, yeah.
Oh shit.
And you can see it was uploaded to YouTube originally, and it was titled "Shook on Dat Sauce, Crazy OD."
Right.
Do you click it? And
I'm trying. I'm trying
Try.
to click it right now. Nothing's happening.
You click it, takes a couple tries. It opens up Windows Media Player, and it clearly does not work. It says it can't read the file type. So you open up in a VLC real quick, and then it works.
Nice.
Is anyone else watching with Phoebe? Are you like behind her back?
Yeah.
Standing
Yeah,
on her
I'm
shoulder?
Yeah,
Bill's watching.
Right over her shoulder.
All right.
Marvin's watching.
Breathing on her neck. Good. Making this young girl feel nice and comfortable.
As I do.
The video is from a security camera. Appears to be outside a sandwich shop called Sutra Sandwiches in Leimert Park, Los Angeles. It overlooks an outdoor seating of the sandwich shop. There's no sound on this security camera footage. It's clearly nighttime, so that time lines up 11:10, 11:13. Until it's pretty dark. There's just a couple street lamps. No one is seated outside the sandwich shop, but just at the top right edge of the frame, on a sidewalk along a fence across the street, you see a tall, relatively sturdy, pretty built man. You can just barely see like his dark skin tone. A darker man. He seems to be in the midst of some sort of fit or seizure. His limbs are kind of flinging around wildly, and he's stumbling around, and he stumbles into a parked car across the street, and he just like bangs his shoulder and his head into the frame between the two doors. He's distant from the camera, relatively poorly lit at this point when he's next to the car. A pair of passerby are just walking along, and they walk up to try to help the man. They try to like hold him up and see what's going on. But the man starts violently thrashing around. He's doing a whirlwind, and he's scratching at his own skin. About 30 seconds into the entire video footage, the man begins clawing at his face, his arms, and you can see, even though you're probably 100 feet away in the view of this camera, you can see like he's making wounds in his skin. Like he's not just giving a little playful scratch, he's digging into his flesh, clawing at his face, arms, his chest. He digs trenches through his skin as a growing crowd of onlookers stare in horror. Some get out phones to call for help. Some, honestly, many others begin filming him. One couple tried to restrain him, but very quickly they begin to recoil and flee, or drop their phones as they become sick from seeing this. The man then rises up from his thrashing and begins flinging his blood and skin, his entire nose, onto the sidewalk, onto the parked cars. He reaches up into his sinus cavity, up to his third knuckle with both hands. He begins tearing his skull apart as his scalp
Jesus
visibly
Christ.
snaps and sags under the pressure of the lunatic prying. He finally succumbs to the shock and falls to the concrete. The stunned onlookers surround the corpse. A minute later, Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department cruiser pulls up, and the footage cuts out. Everyone roll sanity.
Who?
Brick. How do I roll? Oh, there.
Oh my god, that was so close.
Marvin just barely succeeded. Phoebe got a critical success.
Cutaway roll sanity.
You click
Open
the
your sheet.
send button on
and,
your sheet.
you-
Bill Chambers also barely succeeds.
Jesus, holy
The
crap.
dice are rigged,
Bill
dude. How are you guys?
Has a lot of sanity.
He's super sane.
Wow.
Damn, dude. You guys all succeeded. Unlucky.
Yeah,
for
this
me.
is normal. Just normal day in the office for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially Phoebe.
Oh.
Yeah, Phoebe sees this kind of thing every day.
Yeah, I mean it's opioid epidemic is crazy, you know.
No.
So none of you lose any sanity watching this, but it is obviously very disturbing. You might not be able to look and like watch it the entire time, but that is the video he was talking about. You see some of the other videos on there. If you click through them quickly, some of them from phone cameras, multiple shaky angles, originally posted to YouTube, Twitter, some other big sites, but they were quickly taken down, and it doesn't really matter because no one with a smartphone was able to hold the shot very well without getting sick or running away.
Did it seem like they were getting sick unnaturally, or did it seem like very natural that everyone was?
They just watched a guy rip his skull apart.
All
Yeah,
right.
pretty awful.
That seems natural, right? That's
They just do that.
yeah.
There's, if they were getting unnaturally sick, there's no way to tell from the videos. But all their reactions looked normal, like appropriate rather.
Yeah. So Bill turns to Dr. Dorf over there. Oh, there's Dr. Dorf. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Is that you ever seen any drug ODs like that before, Doc?
This is a first for me. Even in the violent crimes I've investigated, I've never seen anything like splitting your own skull open from the inside like that.
I guess you really do see something new every day, don't you?
Comes with the territory, I guess.
Mm.
And
I sigh. I'm having, Dr. Dorf's just been having a really hard time adjusting Delta Green. It's never right quite adjusted to it. He still can't quite handle it all the time.
And I will say, with your medical experience, that is definitely not like something that just happens from a regular OD. There's no drugs, at least that you've seen on the market. No street drugs, nothing. No pharmaceuticals, anything that could conduce that sort of response from someone.
Would I also know what the typical strength needed to tear your head open like that would be, and if a normal person would be able to create that kind of force?
I feel like the answer is definitely yes.
Create that type of force, yes. No one would.
Like,
no one
would I
under
know
any
that,
sort of drugs would be able to get to that point before passing out. He would have passed out from shock way earlier. You would assume.
Right. I guess my point is does it seem like even if someone could go through that without passing out, would they have the physical strength to
possible,
break their
yeah.
skull like that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not like supernatural force. It's just normally your body would never let you do that.
Yeah. So something
Right,
was
but
clearly affecting this guy. But yeah, the strength is not the issue there. It's the ability to withstand all of that and still be moving.
I just want to make sure we're not dealing with super strength or something, basically.
Nope.
Okay.
Super strength, dude. That's an awesome drug. You become super strong so you can kill yourself with it. It's great.
It might be going around. I don't know.
Yeah. Man, super fun. Are we playing in the boys universe?
The boys is cool. Now this is our universe.
You tell me I
This
can go
really
out.
happened?
This really happened.
This is based on a true story.
This is true crime.
Is there any more files about this? Like location in the city, key witnesses of note?
Let's keep looking through the videos, guys.
Yeah, if you go through the rest of the videos, none of them are as good as that first one. That one had the best view by far. If
Are they
you-
all the same incident?
all the same instant? Yeah, they're just
Okay.
they all corroborate with the security footage, and they all sync up with the timestamps. Looking at that metadata again, every file was uploaded by Los Angeles residents. A disturbing amount of personal device data has been scraped from each account, which you can detail here. It's from all over Los Angeles. You can get their full location history, like from their Google Maps and everything, everywhere that these 6 uploaders have been in the past month. You get all their Facebooks, their Instagrams, their Twitters. You can dig through all of these people, and maybe Phoebe already is clicking through all that pretty fast, faster than the rest of you can really process. She's just quickly scanning through everything, and yeah, doesn't seem they seem just like people that happen to be in the area. You might be able to look into them more later on, but at least at the moment, there's nothing to go off of from these people.
Like, how many people were in the shot? Are we talking like tens of people?
Yeah, like 24.
Okay.
The main video, I will say, was uploaded 40 hours ago from an IP address owned by someone named Hugh Sun, who is you look through and you find is an employee of Sutra Sandwiches, which is that sandwich shop with the security footage.
If we looking through the files, do we find a police report? 'Cause the video ended with the police showing up. Like,
The sheriff.
do we have the officer's name or the sheriff that showed up? Is there like a report on file that we can look at?
Or maybe a log of the cause of death?
Yeah, I wonder what it could have been.
Yeah, did they have yeah, whatever. Some sort of forensics look at it yet? Yeah.
Yeah, so, scanning through more, most of what's on this computer is information from these videos. The first thing you guys look through is the YouTube comments speculated that it showed a violent reaction to PCP or bath salts, but again, Marvin, there's no way it was just PCP. And that's what some of the other commenters were saying. Some of the dissenters in the comments are arguing they're like, there's no way an overdose is possible. And it looks like there's some latecomers to the video that are pushing the PCP theory and discrediting the skeptics that it's PCP as conspiracy lunatics or trolls. And Phoebe, you recognize some of the language that they're using, and you know that these are agents from the program adding these comments in to dissuade people.
Okay.
There's a couple, there looks like there is a clone of the federal databases on this machine that you can pull up. Can I get a computer science roll from Phoebe?
Yeah, of course you can.
Alright, that's a success. Go through the federal database, you quickly pull up Los Angeles Sheriff's Department. You find some of their files. And they reported the death as a drug overdose. Damage to the body has delayed official identification, but the program identified the victim in the video with facial recognition software. Jazz Ehejirika. The victim.
That'd be a good place to start looking into, his family, people he knew, people who knew him.
Is there a like a like list in the police or sheriff report about who the officer on site was, and yeah, I guess it should be who that officer is in case, or like where that sheriff office is located, where we could find them.
Yeah, so in the report, it looks like it was the officers or the deputies on scene were Sergeant Freddie Sutton and Deputy Julian Sands. Those Deputy Julian Sands. Sorry, was there another question?
No, I'm trying to figure out how to open up the journal so I can take notes.
Yeah, so it's in the same place. I know the UI is different. Journal. You can either just click create entry, I believe. You should see that at the very top, and you can just make that, and then you can add it to folders later. If you're doing it through the quest log or whatever, I don't know, good luck.
There's no create entry at the top.
There's not.
Um,
Looks like someone
do
made
do we have any sort of file or like database information or anything on the victim? I feel like we should have something, right?
Yeah, in the federal database here, it's
Yeah.
pretty easy to pull up some information about Ehejirika here. There's a little dossier on him. Looks like he was born in 1987 to Nigerian immigrants. They had moved there in like 1985. 2 years later, he was born. Both of his parents died in 2007 in a car accident in upstate New York. It doesn't look like there's any other family listed in the United States. There's some distant relatives that are still back in Nigeria. No indication that he's ever met them. They've never been to the United States. You don't see any travel of him to Nigeria. Looks like he moved to Los Angeles in 2010. And he had a prolific online presence, and he's all over Twitter. He's all over YouTube, Instagram. He had a prolific online presence and worked as a community organizer and activist in various LA protest movements.
What kind of protests?
Mostly social justice things. Whenever, like, if there's shooting from the police, they got the wrong guy or something, there's protests. If you think about Black Lives Matter, this was before then, but before that really got big. But you look through, he does follow the Black Lives Matter movement, and he is involved with them here in LA. According to his tax returns, he supported himself primarily through podcasts and speaking engagements, consultancy work. He has a podcast called Off the Brim, which focuses on social justice issues and the Black Lives Matter movement. He does have a small criminal record, 2 counts of marijuana possession, 3 counts of unlawful assembly related to some of those protests, and numerous temporary police detainments dating back to the Occupy Wall Street movement.
Been targeted.
So, what's the Purpose podcast? What's the most recent, like, couple of episodes? Like, when were they posted? Episode title?
So here you're not connected to the internet. This is just what's on
Got it.
file on the federal database. So they don't have the podcast, but you do see you know, it's listed there. It's in his tax returns.
Do they have any information on his recent activity, like last seen, like a next of kin or friends that you may have known where he was?
No next of kin listed, really. Again, he has those like distant cousins back in Nigeria. Again, he hasn't had any contact with them as far as you can tell here. Doesn't say like known associates or anything like that. It's not that type of file. But it does seem like he's been living in LA. Based on some of the archived like Instagram posts, he's been in LA for the past year. No major travel that you can see.
Is there any known history of him using drugs?
Just
Marijuana, right?
Marijuana.
But nothing, no opioids or PCP or anything like that. Just marijuana.
Gateway drug. It's the devil's lettuce.
Yep.
Okay, so the information that we have from Delta thus far, just to recap out of... We know the officers that were on trial. We know the store that...
I'm giving you guys
Green?
extra permissions, don't worry about it.
Okay.
So hopefully
We
you
know
can
the
write in
store for the good video that was published, like the one that we saw that had the most views. We know the store that the person who published it works at, and their screen name, and then
screen name and real name.
Screen name and real name. Okay. And then we have the two officers that was on site, and then the victim's name, some of the victim's history, but we don't have like this person was very close with the victim or their partner on the podcast or...
Yeah, not on the federal files, at least. You might be able to find some of that on the internet, but nothing on this machine yet.
Okay. And then we have the... I didn't write it down because there's... So let me try starting a journal. Okay, I can create an entry now. Okay, that worked.
I'm sorry, I did miss some information because I forgot you are expert in medicine here. Beyond just knowing like that physical strength is possible, except your brain and body would shut down well before that happens. That might even be obvious to everyone else. But going further, that Marvin would know, the suicide is hypothetically possible if the victim suffered congenital insensitivity to pain and anhidrosis, CIPA, and was suffering psychosis caused by some powerful amphetamine. In that case, it might be possible to muster such one-time bone-rending strength before dropping into shock. However, the malfunction of receptors that cause CIPA also reduces the effectiveness of drugs capable of such metabolic alterations. So there's a couple different drugs that would need to be involved to get this to happen, but they counteract each other. So there's no feasible way that this would happen. It would have to be some complexly, bizarrely artificial bypassing of the human limits to do this. So there may be some sort of combination of drugs that someone figured out, inadvertently or not, to do this, but nothing known by the public.
Okay. Okay, so I have a victim was Jazz the Jerica.
Ihe Jerica.
D-Head Jerica.
Yeah.
And then the officers on site were Sergeant Freddie and Deputy Julian. The vid was uploaded by Houston, and he works at Citrus Sandwiches.
Hugh Sun. Yeah. Last name Sun. S-O-N.
Houston works at Citrus Sandwiches, and then Marvin's observation is that many drugs would need to be involved to get this to happen, but the drugs counter each other, so it required an artificial bypass.
Yeah. Something
Yeah,
not
so-
known by science.
So, point of order on like those sorts of things. There's happened last game too, where there's like something that one character would know. Should we just assume that that information gets shared with the party unless explicitly said otherwise? Or
That's up to you
opposite.
guys. I would like you to act that out.
Okay, that's cool with me. I just want to
So-
know what our norm is.
Marvin reviews the video another time or two, and he tells the group, I don't know, I can think of a couple ways this might happen, but the drugs required to make this happen all counteract each other. So unless someone's found to bypass limitations, I can't see any way this would be possible.
So you're saying it's not particularly natural then?
No, unless someone's come up with some way to inhibit certain biological responses. There's no way with the drugs that I'm aware of.
Well, this guy either got in with the wrong people or wrong people found him and he's just a poor son of a gun.
The way I see it, I think we need to maybe question the person who uploaded this video as witnesses. We might want to also look into pictures on the site and what they saw when they got there, and probably a good idea for maybe Phoebe or savvy computers if you're able to get some information on who knew this victim, and if he had any close connections or friends that we could do to figure out what he was doing on that day that this incident occurred, or maybe shortly before.
Yeah, I reckon we can find some connections. Wait, I'm Australian now.
God, New Mexico is just traveling around the world.
You got a Kiwi accent you can break out?
That's basically Australian, but you don't sound quite as lazy. The answer is no.
Complete the trifecta. Yeah, that could be a good place to start. But we also need to find out a little bit more information about our victim too. Only so much we can do on an air-gapped system.
I think we'll have to head out to get that information. Maybe find a public computer library or something nearby.
Our phones.
It's 2018. We don't need internet cafes anymore.
Yeah, your handler also said like across the hallway there is computers with the internet.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But yes, you could use your phones if you're outside of this room.
Road trip canceled.
Darn.
Not today.
I'm used to the other campaign where.
Yeah, let's
Not
not
really
do that again.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys do here? You got lots of potential starting leads to go off of. You have this awful video. What do you do? What's the plan?
Guess walk across the hall, right?
We're gonna do some more research. Sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah, we absolutely need more information.
All right. So do you guys leave this room?
Yes.
Head out of this room. Head across the hall. As soon as you exit the door, you can use your phones again. If you guys go sit down in the other room, it's just similar. It's another conference room. There's a computer set up in the corner and one computer on the conference table. Two machines here that you guys can go through. And yeah, you boot it up. It's on the internet.
Yeah.
I think we did faster internet, since we're in this government facility.
Oh, it's really slow. It takes a while.
Yeah.
All right, let's look up this guy's podcast off the ground.
Yeah, that's a good
Social
idea.
Media accounts too.
social media accounts.
We've got all his socials.
So, if Bill's on the computer. He searches this podcast Off the Brim, and it pulls up iTunes, it pulls up Spotify, it pulls up a couple other different podcasting sites. It's on all of them. He has his own website. It's pretty bare bones, but it just links to the iTunes player for his podcast. Some information about him, but nothing really out of the ordinary. Nothing that you didn't already know from doing a quick look at his socials. He's a social justice organizer involved in lots of social justice movements in LA. Scrolling through the episodes, he's interviewing, other organizers, other movements, people from there. There's some with people running for office that are looking to make change, it looks like, based on the titles. That you quickly know that they did not win. Whether it's the mayor of Los Angeles, whether it's City Hall, Board of Education, whatever, Congress, hopeful Congress people, you know right away, none of them got elected. Scrolling through the most recent episode, though, it was uploaded November 1st, so 16 days ago. It's on YouTube, and it's an interview between Ihe Jirka and an activist and lawyer named Nilinya Esteves. It's the most recent episode, just 2 weeks ago.
We should watch it or listen in a couple parts of it, maybe.
Yeah, looks like it was a live stream of some sort. A fundraiser or something based on the title.
It has a video component too.
Yeah. The thumbnail, it's just the two of them sitting at a table.
Got it. Yeah, let's play it.
Okay.
Skim through it.
Plays, and he's got some intro jingle or whatever, some sounds, and then maybe like a stream starting type of thing, and then they start talking. Welcome back to Off the Brim, folks. This is your host, Jazzy Hijira, coming to you live for a weekly dive into social justice issues.
You recorded it.
Tonight, we're
Nice.
tackling a story that hit hard here in Lamert Park back in 2015 and continues to demand our attention and action. We're talking about the Donju lawsuit, and joining me is a phenomenal advocate.
Welcome back to Off the Brim, folks.
affected.
This is your host, Jazzy Hijira, live for a
Thanks for being
dive
here.
into social justice
Oh,
Thanks
God.
for having me,
right here
Jazz.
in LA
It's
and
important
beyond.
work you're doing,
Tonight,
amplifying
we're tackling
these
a story that
voices.
hit hard here
Absolutely.
back in
What's
the
happening?
The Lin-
Okay, sorry, can we go back a little bit?
What just happened?
Who was playing
It
that?
was echoing.
Whose mic was that? Turn that off.
It was Tavin's, I think.
Devin?
Frickin' Tavin.
Linya. For those who might not remember, or just joined the conversation.
Mute your mic, man. Please and thank you.
Alright, he's muted.
There, he's muted.
Welcome back to Off the Brim, folks. This is your host, Jazzy Hijira, coming to you live for a weekly dive into social justice issues right here in LA and beyond. Tonight, we're tackling a story that hit hard here in Lamert Park back in 2015 and continues to demand our attention and action. We're talking about the Donju lawsuit, and joining me is a phenomenal advocate fighting for the families affected, attorney Nilinya Esteves. Nilinya, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, Jazz. It's important work you're doing, amplifying these voices.
Absolutely. So, Nilinya, for those who might not remember or are just joining the conversation, can you walk us through what happened on June 2nd, 2015?
Of course. On that day, the Tactical Narcotics Unit of the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department executed a warrant on a duplex. Their target was Silvio Chavez, a suspected cartel member in one of the units. Tragically, the neighboring unit wasn't empty. It was the home of Claudette Dondry.
And, Miss Dondry wasn't alone, was she?
No, she was serving breakfast to 2 young children in her care, a 3-year-old and an 18-month-old. During the gunfight that ensued with Chavez, crossfire from the deputies killed Claudette Dondry and both children. It was a horrific tragedy.
Just absolutely devastating. The LASD stated justification for the raid was the alleged presence of large amounts of methamphetamine and firearms, arguing an urgent public safety danger. They also emphasized Chavez's prior felonies and resistance. What's your perspective on that justification, especially given the outcome?
Well, their story is that the duplex was supposed to be empty. They claimed a clerical error by the property management company, and they provided them with an old incorrect lease stating it was vacant. The sheriff's department even said they checked the property and were told it was empty. The shooting board's investigation called the incident unfortunate, but ultimately blamed the clerical error. Ms. Dondry's improper business registration for running an unlicensed daycare and just bad luck?
Bad luck. That's a pretty cold way to describe the preventable deaths of 3 innocent people.
It is. And while it's true the daycare wasn't registered with the city and was illegally zoned, we have witnesses who say they saw flyers advertising Dondry Daycare in the neighborhood. Witnesses who claim they saw LAPD and LASD officers removing those flyers shortly after the shooting.
Removing evidence? That sounds a lot less like bad luck and more like a cover-up.
That's what many of us suspect. The shooting went to a grand jury in 2017. Grand juries are sealed proceedings, so public information is limited. But despite the deaths of Ms. Dondry and the children, the grand jury declined to indict the deputies on any counts related to the shooting. My sources indicate that the deputies involved were suspended with pay for less than a month.
The deputies were cleared with pay, just like so many other incidents of police violence.
Exactly. That's why the families are filing a civil lawsuit against Los Angeles County and the LASD for wrongful death. The goal isn't criminal charges, which seems impossible in this system, but civil accountability and damages for the immense loss these families have suffered. I've volunteered my legal services to help them.
Now, listeners to Off the Brim are very familiar with corruption in our justice system. Do you believe this is tied to deeper systemic issues and potentially organized criminal activity within the LASD?
That is my belief. The city rushed the grand jury process. Witnesses didn't testify, and the grand jury cleared the unit that conducted the raid, Lieutenant John Marlin's Tactical Narcotic Unit. But the evidence was out there in the initial reports, in the witness accounts. Now the county is facing a civil lawsuit. It really cannot win if all the facts come out.
And you have been working tirelessly to ensure those facts do come out. You mentioned witnesses. Have you faced any challenges in getting people to come forward for the civil case after the grand jury outcome?
It's been incredibly difficult. Fear is a powerful deterrent when you're challenging law enforcement. We've unfortunately seen some worrying developments regarding potential witnesses in the civil suit.
That's concerning. Can you elaborate?
Well, some key individuals who were deposed by the prosecution for the grand jury have met untimely ends. Annis Walker, who worked at the property management company and said police never asked for information before the raid, was found dead of a reported heroin overdose last year. William Tavelin, an unhoused man who told prosecutors he saw deputies removing daycare flyers, was found dead from a massive fentanyl overdose. And Elizabeth Ray, a former LAPD officer who told families she believed the LASD and LAPD colluded in a cover-up, was murdered earlier this year.
Annis Walker, William Tavelin, and Elizabeth Ray. That's 3 potential witnesses who are now dead.
Yes, these are tragic losses, and they raise serious questions about how far some people are willing to go to keep the truth about the Dondry shooting buried.
It sounds like the stakes couldn't be higher, both for justice and for those seeking it. Nalinia, you're doing vital work fighting for accountability in a system that often protects itself.
The families deserve justice, and the community deserves accountability. These deaths were not unavoidable. They were the direct result of negligence and possibly deliberate actions. We're pushing forward with the lawsuit, but it's an uphill battle against immense power and resources.
And that is where the Off the Brim community comes in. As Nalinia mentioned, we're hosting this live stream not just to share this critical information, but also to raise funds for the victims' families. The civil suit process is lengthy and expensive, and the families need support. We have links in the description for how you can donate directly to help with legal costs and provide assistance to the families. Every dollar counts. Nalinia, thank you again for sharing your expertise and courage with us tonight.
Thank you, Jazz. Keep up the fight.
We will. And to our listeners and viewers, please share this episode, spread the word. Let's show these families they are not alone. And let's help Nalinia and her team continue this crucial fight for justice. Until next time, stay engaged and stay vigilant. Welcome back to Off the Brim, folks.
So, I didn't get to write down the names fast enough for some of that. So I have that the lawyer is Valenia.
Nalinia. Now, I know it's a little strange. She seems to have an Indian accent.
This is what wives are for.
She is Hispanic. But no accent that you could tell because she's a lawyer. She was speaking.
What?
Yeah, and lawyers never have accents. It's like a well-known fact about lawyers.
Yes. Nalinia asked of us. That's in the chat.
Yeah, and the 3 victims of the potential witnesses.
Yes, that is William Tavelin, Elizabeth Ray, and someone else. Let me find her name because I don't remember it. Believe it or not, I do not have everything memorized. Annis Walker.
And then, what were the noted causes of death on each of those again?
Annis Walker, heroin overdose. William Tavelin, fentanyl overdose. And Elizabeth Ray, murder.
I will note that because I'm throwing something in the trash. Can we also, since it was early in the video, I cannot remember who it was, but the people responsible for the shooting, like the officers responsible for the shooting.
The Los Angeles Sheriff's Department Tactical Narcotics Unit, the ones that conducted the raid.
No names in particular of the officers that were.
There was one name given.
Yes,
I don't know.
It wasn't clear in the podcast if he was there or not, but the Tactical Narcotics Unit is led by Lieutenant John Marlin. And they were conducting a raid on the cartel member, or suspected cartel member, Silvio Chavez. The woman that was running the unlawful daycare next to Silvio Chavez was Claudette Dondry. I believe that's all the names.
Who's Claudette Dondry? She's the one who's daycare.
Yeah, she was so it's a duplex. She was in the unit next to Silvio Chavez, the cartel member. So the Tactical Narcotics Unit conducted this raid, and of course there was a shootout. Some of the bullets from the sheriffs went through the wall to Claudette's unit and killed her and an 18-month-old and a 3-year-old. The sheriffs said it was the unit was supposed to be empty. They said they checked with the property management company. It was supposed to be empty. They didn't see any evidence that she was working there, despite the property management company. There was no indication that she was there. and her business, they said, was unlawful. She wasn't registered with the city. She didn't register her daycare. That's what the sheriff's department says. So they had no reason to believe she was there.
Is that something we could like
Yes.
verify? Like with the city record, would it be obvious if there's tampering involved? I guess maybe
I
a
don't know whether
computer
it'd be obvious or
scientist
not.
would be.
But yeah, that's something you can go to City Hall and try to get those records, or potentially check with the program, see if they have better records than what City Hall has.
So you'd be able to like hack into City Hall and
I mean, typically those records are public. I mean, unless they're covered up. But
right? That's what I'm worried about. But
I mean,
maybe that's
typically,
something we can find out there.
I mean, usually, like businesses are. Well, it depends on the city. I don't know about LA specifically, but usually those things you can just look up online.
Yeah, the business registry, you could look up if her business was registered.
It's always public. It's just not every city actually like modernizes it and puts it online for like just easy like viewing and stuff. But LA probably would. So yeah, can we cross-check that real quick?
Sure, yeah. If any of you, doesn't really matter, look up, you can find the records. And you look, and it does appear that she was not registered. Daycare was not registered with the city. But according to Nalinia, William Tavlin, the unhoused man that was around the area, he said he saw flyers there advertising the daycare at that address, and that he says that he saw the sheriff's the deputies pulling down those flyers after the shooting. But it does appear that her business was unregistered.
If we look up Nalenia Estevez, is she like still active? Is she like posted something recently or said anything about Jazz's death? Or I don't know if Jazz's identity or death has been made public yet, but
yeah, if you look up Nalenia Estevez, you see she is a activist lawyer. She does a lot of pro bono work. Looks like she's based out of Texas. But looks like she does come to LA fairly regularly. Not too much on social media. She keeps it pretty low key. She's might have a LinkedIn, but no Facebook, no Instagram, no Twitter. You don't see anything open on her LinkedIn other than what I told you there. She's an activist lawyer. That's all she has really listed there. Some law firm in Texas.
Assuming that, like you're saying that he posted a link to say like you can donate for this case, so there's like public information about the civil suit. Can we look up the current activity and status on the suit and the like donations and stuff like that? Like see if there's any like people posting on social media about this as a hot topic or.
Yeah, if you go, you can go the GoFundMe. Looks like they raised $27,000 of the $10,000 requested, and it's still active. You can still, the donate button's still there, and looks like the civil suit is going on as far as you can tell. Yeah.
So, like with the civil suit being active and Nalenia being a lawyer on it, would she be like in town working on that?
It's reasonable to believe. You don't see anything on a Google search that about her presence, but she was in LA 16 days ago, recording this podcast with Jazz.
Yeah, so I don't know how much stuff we get access to through that air-gapped computer, but do we have a list of like any possessions that were intaked from was it Jazz Ejirka? Is that how we say it?
Ihei Jirika is how I'm saying it.
Ihei.
Ihei.
Ihei. Ihei.
Pretty much entirely phonetic from how it's spelled.
Ihei. G. Erka.
Ihei Jirika.
Jerika. Jerika. Yeah, do we have any like possessions of his that were found in his personal and then taken by the police department, A, and then B, that's like listed in the report. And then B, I don't know if we have access to like an NSA like database with like any sort of like metadata on like his phone and therefore like his coordinates over some X period of time, or whether we could I guess we could theoretically try to get that from the telephone company, but like you need a police report and all that. But yeah, do we have access to that on our database?
No. You would have to go check with the city or the sheriff's department or police department somewhere else. It's not on your systems here, and it's not on the internet either.
Yeah. Then do we have a list of any like possessions that were intaken by the police department? Like, do they have his phone, for example?
Nope, not listed.
Good.
Presumably they did, but you don't know what.
Does Delta Green, like, or so there's no way currently, like, investigate the narcotics department to figure out the exact people involved with the raid from the narcotics department. We only know the leader of the narcotics.
I mean, there should be a report on that, whether we have access to that or not.
Yeah, I mean, this thing went to a grand jury, so there is a lot of information. And if you Google the tactical narcotics unit, some information does come up. Yeah, you see it's led by Lieutenant John Marlin. Looks like it's at a station called SSSW, which gotta find what that stands for real quick. Sheriff Station Southwest in Los Angeles. It's in the Park Windsor Hills neighborhood. It looks like that's where the tactical narcotics unit is posted. Sheriff Station Southwest. Looking at the raid on Silvio Chavez.
You said the narcotics unit's located at
Sheriff Station Southwest.
Sheriff Station.
You can tell from looking up this incident and the Donji lawsuit, as well as the Silvio Chavez raid. The incident brought national attention. There's all sorts of press in the LA Times, even New York Times had national attention for a couple weeks. There's all sorts of documentation about this incident. You find a few more details than went, on the surface on the podcast. It looks like the LASD's Intel Division conducted a sting operation on La M.A., the Mexican Mafia, powerful prison gang. They intercepted some communications that located a stash house in the home of Silvio Chavez, this duplex. He's a suspected member of the Zambada Garcia wing of the Sinaloa drug cartel. La MA was under the impression Chavez's rented duplex served as a major narcotics distribution hub. So, the LAPD got a no-knock warrant. The address was in LAPD jurisdiction. They got the warrant, but the intel on all of that came from the Sheriff's Department, the LASD. So, looks like the LASD and LAPD pooled resources for this bust. And the Tactical Narcotics Unit, which you see some information online, seems like they're nicknamed the Slug Squad, breached the door at 4:45 a.m. on June 2nd, 2015. Some information about the incident, you find some details from the online. Chavez was home and awake. Looks like he fled to the kitchen, and and started firing, and that's when 3 LASD Tactical Narcotics Unit members returned fire with submachine guns and 1 shotgun. Chavez died instantly, and but some of the bullets from the Sheriff's Department went through the wall, killed Claudia Dondry and the children. One officer, Sergeant Freddie Sutton, was struck in his plate carrier and suffered bruised ribs. That seems to be the only name of when the sheriff's deputies that were there, but there was at least 3 of them that conducted this raid, presumably more, but at least only 3 listed that you can see, that 3 fired weapons, one of which was Sergeant Freddie Sutton. That's all you can find on the internet about it.
The sheriff's department that was supporting this, because you said it was like a joint effort, right? The Slug Squad or whatever. Were they also the same sheriff's department that was at the scene, like first to arrive at the scene for the Jazz incident?
Looks like one
Freddie
of the names,
Sutton is.
Sergeant Freddie Sutton, was at both incidents.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
He's the guy. Get him.
Get him.
Oh,
Make
Sergeant
it red.
Freddie Sutton was the one who got shot.
He got shot in the raid. And he was one of the first on the scene for Jazz Ihijirika's death.
All right, well,
Interesting.
Okay, double
That's
bullet.
okay.
I look over at my my new allies and I'm like, huh, that's odd. This Sergeant Freddie Sutton was the one who got shot at the incident, and was also the to arrive at for Jazz's death. It's awfully suspicious. I think this must be linked to this narcotic case that the last thing he was investigating.
I'd say out of all the information here we got, that's the first real lead of the whole thing.
Oh, this is gonna be difficult. If it's the law enforcement that's behind this, it's gonna be tricky to navigate. I'll have to be careful.
Yeah, well, speaking from experience, most of those law enforcements are a bunch of jarheads, or airheads rather. Airheads. A bunch of airheads. Won't be that. We'll weed out the competent ones from the incompetent real quick.
Do we have information, the court case, like the judge that was supporting it, like how they, if the,
From the grand jury?
I guess, yeah.
No, there's not really any more information other than the outcome.
Okay. Alright, I guess, we have a lot of places to start looking. Well, I guess we should head out there and start on some of these leads. Where do you guys want to start?
So that was Freddie Sutton.
Sergeant
Freddie
Sutton.
Sutton. Yeah.
Okay, so he was the one, right?
He was shot and he was at the scene. Oh, whoa. What a start.
I feel like we should, meet with the sheriff's department last. We don't want them to, if they are involved in this, then we don't know that their tail just yet before we've had a chance to investigate all the other witnesses. In case they try and cover up their path even more. Cover up their trail, I guess is the better phrase, but.
Right.
What do you think? Is the simple witness that the one who's at the scene for this Hugh? We can grab a sandwich while we're at it.
Yeah, might as well. It's good of a place to start as any.
What is Benny Pynchon thinking through all of this evidence gathering?
He's raring to go.
He's been
some
smoking
gunfire.
nonstop. He's been chain smoking, just waiting.
There's several
Literally.
signs that say no smoking indoors.
That's okay.
There's not good ventilation
it
down
anyway.
here.
Yeah, it's more of like a recommendation, right?
I close my eyes instead of looking at them. Looking at this.
His below level intelligence doesn't allow him to read.
Yeah. Times are tough. You roll such shitty rolls. Get them sacrifices.
All right, folks. So who's on our little list here? We've got good old. What was it now? Hugh's son, and of course we've got the officer. Anybody else?
I definitely want to go talk to that lawyer.
The lawyer's also a good person to talk to. I feel like Huson would be a good start, though.
Yeah, I'm thinking Hugh's son and then head to the lawyer from there.
What are we hoping to get out of the lawyer?
Well, the status of this civil suit. If it's ongoing, then maybe she's in danger. And we want to. Seems like everyone involved with this case is dead. She might be able to tell us more about the other victims. The other witnesses got killed.
Well, before we jump into conclusions here, I don't know about Jazz's death. That's a loose connection at best. I mean, unless we know he was doing more digging in the past couple of weeks. I don't know if he's the sort of man to do that sort of thing or not.
Well,
but it's certainly
the lawyer might
possible.
know.
It does seem like he would be the type of guy to do that based on information you found online about him.
Got it. Okay, so okay.
So, what are you guys
Alright.
doing?
Starting at Huson, getting a sandwich, getting some answers.
Are you all going there?
I guess so.
I think
might
we
be
should
together.
split.
You can split up.
No,
You got
I'm
I'm not
places to
falling
go.
for this shit again, dude. I'm
What
not
are
falling for
you-
this shit again.
I
We're
promise.
units, you guys.
I
So
promise.
party split. So
You
party
will
splits
need
are.
to split up.
So party splits are normally, like, from a meta perspective, bad idea. However, I think it makes sense for this game and where we are at in it currently.
This is
The last time we did this, it was always a terrible idea.
That's
Never
because
ended
we
well.
were dumb.
just don't be dumb. So
What
this,
makes you
now.
think that's changed?
So you guys are under no immediate threat yet. You guys have a lot of ground to cover, and you guys all know, Jazz's death was unnatural. There is something, whether the sheriffs did that or not, like whether they killed him, that's a total possibility here based on what it seems everyone involved is dying, right? Are they killing them? You don't know. Something unnatural killed Jazzy or Jericho, though. You need to put a stop to this as soon as possible. Do all four of you need to talk to this guy that works at the sandwich shop?
We could all use a sandwich.
I definitely don't need to talk to.
We haven't ate anything all day.
Yeah, we just came here from the airport.
That's okay. I'm just saying. Your time matters here.
we could split to 2. Yeah, what's this clock going
Good
on?
question.
God said we only have 4 weeks. You guys gotta split up.
Yeah, we should split on this.
It is very normal for Delta Green squads to split up because you got a lot of ground cover. Like you guys said, you have like 5 different leads to go down. You got at least 3 people that you can talk to.
Well, at least if it's a trap, I'll be able to handle myself.
So you don't have to split up, but there's a lot of stuff you got to do as quickly as possible.
Right, gang. What's the plan? Doing what?
We could split into partners, I guess, if God seems to want it.
We could run duos.
The program, your training from the program and previous missions tells you it's a good idea
Yep.
to split up.
God.
All right, God.
Thanks, God.
You say so, God.
Good thing I did that ritual before I came here, so I can get.
All right, Doc, you want some sandwiches? Let's get going.
Okay.
Phoebe and Benny, who you guys gonna head off to first? Or Ruby. Ruby Knight.
Yeah, you don't know a Phoebe.
It's a Freudian slip because he remembers you from. Because he remembers all the
Murdering
families
your
of the
husband.
victims. Yeah.
Yeah. with my helicopter. Oh wait, or what was the story? Was the
Your helicopter flew into his flight.
and the helicopter was
Kamikazed
fine.
into his plane. Yeah. Well,
Somehow, yeah.
you
The
ejected him.
helicopter survived.
You
The
just built.
plane did not. Was this commercial?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a commercial flight.
Man, this is a strong helicopter.
It was actually no, too soon, too fresh. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was,
So
I was gonna say it was Kobe's helicopter. You were his pilot.
Bill and Marvin. Yeah, can it be canon that Bill Chambers was Kobe's private pilot?
I was gonna say my boy Kobe. God
Yeah,
damn.
you know, between
He
that
went
was
a
all
little
my
insane.
yeah. I liked you know, after watching a man rip his face off in LA, Bill was like, I gotta live here for myself, right?
Yeah. Well,
Chris
you split the
Beatty
difference, you
and-
go live in
He's like
Newport.
my kind of town.
So
My kind of town.
Bill and Marvin want to go to Suture Sandwiches. Benny and Ruby, where are you guys going? What lead do you want to follow?
I think I don't know if it makes sense to talk to the lawyer without getting information of the crime.
I would say lawyer first.
Yeah.
But does it make sense to do it like at the same time as talking to Hugh's son?
So, I'll add one additional thing. Jazz died 3 days ago. His body is surely still with the medical examiner.
Oh.
Could we
I should
do
do
that?
Yeah.
I'd like to go there. I'd like to go to the forensic place.
Yeah. I guess the forensic person would probably think I should go look at the body. That makes sense. I forgot about that. Thanks.
Instead of going.
Well, I mean, the one thing to know here, I think you did make a good point earlier that like there is a timing element to this, right? And that once you start digging around like the police stuff, you know, that could be setting off a chain of motion, right? So, does that matter for this game? Probably not. But like, I think it does sort of make sense to wait to do that.
I want to look at the body as soon as possible before it's too late.
Okay.
In case there's any signs, like same idea as if we go start. As long as we don't go directly to the police, at least it'll take a while for the information of our investigation to get to them. Maybe.
I don't think the body is as important as the other leads, considering also the body's dead. These other leads are not dead, but could become dead.
But there could be some forensic evidence of what caused them to go crazy. Maybe there is a new drug. Maybe there's something crazy. I don't know.
Sure, I'm not
Be the
saying
starting
it's not
place.
worth the time. I'm just saying I don't know if we should do it first. But
Well, good thing there's 4 of you.
I will go check the body because it makes sense for my character to do that.
Okay, let's all split up then.
I'll go with him.
Okay.
All right, you and me are together, Billy.
Yes.
It's okay. All right. I suppose that works.
Okay. Let's take a trip to the crematorium first. Phoebe and Marvin, you guys are able to piece together, or you don't know, but you have a pretty good suspicion of where his body would have been taken based on, you look through some city records. You know where, which crematorium serves the sheriff's department.
Where am I? Oh, there we are. I'm in a parking lot. Okay.
You're in the parking lot. How do you get here? By the way.
We got dropped off by Bill. He flew us over and we parachuted down.
He doesn't have a helicopter with him.
Everywhere we go is by Bill's helicopter.
You're saying I don't have a helicopter in my inventory, Keaton?
You do not. You
Darn.
do not.
It would make a lot of sense if he did, I think.
Is
If
there
only
a
I
vehicle
was
provided to us by the agency?
You want to call the program and see if they'll provide you with a helicopter?
I think they would reasonably have a car.
Yeah, I don't need a helicopter. I need a vehicle. Maybe a scooter? I don't know. Something. Bicycle even?
All
No,
right.
not driving.
A
You don't wanna
horse,
do that?
perhaps? With our writing
It is
stuff?
LA.
Anyone else have a black screen right now?
Yeah, I
I
was
do.
changing the thing, and I think what's happening is because I'm hosting this on Azure, that's when I change a setting and it forces all 5 of us to reconnect, it's too much load on the server because I'm paying for the minimum. And it struggles and it has to reset.
That's okay.
That's a real weak sauce server then. Struggling under a load of 5 people.
6, I'm connecting to it twice.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Didn't come up when I was testing it because I was only connecting once then. I don't know any other explanation.
It didn't come up when you and I were testing it with 2 of us.
Yeah, so we can wait a couple minutes. This is what happened earlier when I was turning off that other UI thing. It should come back up. But in the meantime, so
Roll for sanity.
Roll sanity. It's Marvin and Phoebe. Marvin and Ruby go into the crematorium.
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. So
Sandwiches.
neither of you have a vehicle here, right?
No.
So you can just call an Uber if you want, or I don't know if you want to be Ubering around LA. You can get a rental car, or you can see if the program can provide you with one.
Yeah,
What do you?
I'd want to see if the program could provide us one.
All right.
And then
A real
I think
FBI-looking car, you know?
I think it'd be useful if we had a car that we didn't have to worry about any other people around with us. So we can discuss if needed.
Okay.
A 67 Impala would be great.
So one of you, when we get back, are you guys just getting one car? Or are you guys gonna need 2, 4? How many?
2, maybe 1 each.
2 cars, I guess.
I
That's
have a
always
car.
good.
I drove
always-
up.
Oh,
Are
right.
you gonna drive your personal vehicle at all times for a work adventure?
Yeah.
Wow.
At this point, yeah, I don't care.
Could never be me.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys still want a second car?
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
freaking get a second car anyway. just in case we crash the first one.
Okay. So
Good flip in the desert.
I'll need someone to make a bureaucracy roll, which we can resolve once we get back.
I guess
have
I'll do that.
60.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna have that car, and Bill and Benny are gonna. Where are you guys heading in Bill's car?
Going to Sutra Sandwiches.
And over to Suture Sandwiches. Okay. So, Bill and Benny, you get into the car. You guys head out. Should be back up in a moment here. Yeah. Okay, we're back up. I gotta change it. We're not playing Spore Maker here.
No.
Not yet. We're not gay elves yet. Sorry about that. The world is up. You can sign back in. You load up. What kind of car is Bill driving?
Sorry, how do I bring this back? Do I have to like? I guess I'll just disconnect and reconnect because it's just stayed black for me.
Just reload.
Yeah, same.
Okay, got it. He's got what is the car that I am thinking of? He's got a Dodge Charger.
Classic.
Yeah.
All right. You guys load up into Bill's Dodge Charger. The other guys are hopefully were able to get a car. Once you're back in, you can make a bureaucracy roll for me, and I'll resolve that in a moment. What do you guys talk about? What do you guys do when you get in the car?
So, Benny, you serve, yeah?
Yep, that's right.
How have I been treating you these days? It's been a while since I've been in.
You know, it's about as good as you can get.
Good as you can get. Alright. I like that. You a lifer?
Huh?
Like
How long you plan on staying in for?
Frankly, I'm a bit directionless. I haven't really thought that far ahead, you know? I couldn't even imagine what it would be like at this point.
I understand that. Keep your feet under you, keep your head down, work the mission, and keep yourself focused. I see it.
A bit of a schleemel.
How long have you been in for?
Since I was 23.
late bloomer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, wait a minute.
It's a little late, but nothing wrong with that.
So you guys having this conversation. Luckily, it's only about a 20-minute drive from where you guys were posted up in that underneath that federal building. Head down to Suture Sandwiches and you pull up, and there's a couple people. It looks kind of like an old 90s McDonald's that's been turned into this sandwich shop, so it's way bigger than you probably need for the sandwich shop. But they've got like the ball pit, they've got the slide, they've got 24 tables for this sandwich shop, and you can look across and you do see where Jazz died in the video. You can see that little section of the street. But for now, we're gonna go back to the crematorium. Give me a bureaucracy roll here. You call the handler.
Oh my god.
So,
I hit it.
What's your what is it? Is it 70?
Yeah.
It's honestly
Dude.
insane to me how many rolls today that we've been either directly on or one, considering it's
That's actually
good.
crazy, though.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So, what, I'm sorry. Your handler picks up because, what's going on?
Oh, just thinking we need a vehicle to get around, yeah?
Yeah, sure. What are you looking for?
Oh,
67 Impala.
67 Impala.
Yeah?
Do you just have that on hand?
Well, I guess I can see what we got in here. Jig, give me a minute. He
Alright.
hangs up. And then, yeah, you find, about 15 minutes after, Bill and Benny leave, you get a ring on your phone. Pick up.
I answer it.
Yeah. Yes, there. Keys are on the dash. Get it quick before anyone grabs it.
Alright.
And you head out.
Is that a
and
problem here?
It's exact car you asked for in 10 minutes.
Wait, what color is it?
I don't know what
Black.
color is it. It's black.
It looks like
Looks
this.
like we're freaking mafia members.
Looks like that.
That's good. Nice and sneaky there.
Inconspicuous car
Yeah.
that will draw no attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's the car from Supernatural.
Yeah.
You piece of shit.
All right. Well,
I was thinking like a Ford Fusion or something, but we go with this one.
okay. Yeah, you get the Supernatural car. It is not Supernatural. It's from Supernatural. In fact, this was the one used on the show.
This was the car.
It's the
Oh
Supernatural
my
car.
Well, at
god.
this time it would still be airing, so it would still be being used.
Pulled it off the lot.
Make sure to have it back soon.
All right, Marvin and Phoebe, you guys arrive, and I'll leave you other two on the scene just so you can be around, but your characters are not here.
We're here in spirit.
Mm-hmm. Find what you pretty good investigative skills. This is probably the one.
Oh my, why does that keep happening?
What?
I like drag my character, and if I hold it too long and then let go, it was like, yep, now I'm over here.
Oh, there's walls in the way. So if you see where those dashed lines go, that means there's a wall in the way.
Oh,
And
okay.
it'll prevent you from walking through it. So you step into this lobby here, and there's a guy. He is not holding these things here.
He's holding things.
It looks like he is
What
a
is
doctor,
happening?
though. What are you worried about?
Every time I move, my screen
Yeah,
just goes
same.
all the way to the top left corner.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, that's not happening to me. I don't know.
Like, I can stream it for you so you know.
It's like if
Okay,
you
now
hold
it's-
your character for too long and then let go, it like happens, I think.
Does it work?
you see
Does
my-
it happen if you're doing WASD?
Yeah. Do you
Not
see
for
my?
me.
Do you see my character?
Maybe it's because I'm zooming out.
Yeah,
Yeah, if
I
you
see
zoom out, if you zoom out, it doesn't happen.
Do you see
Not
that?
happening to me anymore.
It also turns my character.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
we've gone over that already.
Well, the turning
Okay.
character thing is normal. Yeah, I don't know why your camera's moving around.
You see how it just keeps going back and forth? I don't know. Even if you zoom out, it still takes me to the corner.
Okay, now it's starting to do that for me too.
And if
This
I
is
drag,
very-
it's the same thing. Oh, right now it's fine if I'm zoomed out. Okay, if I'm zoomed out and I don't WASD, it doesn't happen right now, but maybe it'll come back. It happened earlier when I dragged.
Yeah, it's not happening to me anymore.
I have no idea what's causing that. I'm sorry.
Okay, it's not happening anymore. Okay, anyway, yeah, so I walk up to the desk. I say, hey, we're of the information that you have a body here of a unidentified persons from a recent drug overdose incident should have happened around 3 days ago on the corner of the street again. I thought I wrote it down, but it's the
Sutra.
area where the
Sutra's the
Sutra
street and something else. I don't know.
right outside about a sandwich shop nearby.
Before we get too much further, is this like a part of the police department, or is this like
It's a
a
different
separate
building.
thing?
Yeah.
Like, is this person like a police officer technically though? Like, is he a
It's
part of
LA
the force,
County.
or is this a third party?
LA County.
Because
Not-
like, if we flash them our fake FBI badge, are they gonna know?
He certainly doesn't work for the FBI. This guy works for LA County, not a police officer, not a sheriff's department.
Okay.
You can tell, like, it's the weekend, so they're not super well staffed, so that's why it looks like one of the doctors, one of the coroners is working this front desk here. Sorry. He's digging through his computer. He's doing a bunch of stuff. What was that? What's going on?
Oh, we're just here for the chap that died recently.
The chap that died here.
Yeah, about 3 days ago. You must have picked him up. Drug overdose.
Sure. No one. Who are you? No one told me to expect anyone. What's going on?
FBI doesn't have to tell you anything, son.
Well, calm down. Calm
Show
down.
him our badge.
Yeah, flash the badge.
Flash the badge. He looks like it quickly. Does Phoebe show hers as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why feds would be involved, but sure, yeah. Dr. Zuniga's back there. She hasn't gone around to checking it out yet. But yeah, I guess if you guys want, I can take you down there. Hold on real quick. He'll go and he'll sorry, I can't he paces back and forth. He's gonna close these doors since you guys just left them open.
Oh, I thought they were automatic. My bad.
And he goes, let me call her real quick. Things. He goes, hey, some feds here. Their names are sorry, what was your names again?
Ruby.
Agent Ruby and
McAllister.
Ruby and McAllister here. FBI. Yeah, I don't know. No, they didn't say. What do you guys here for? It's the body that just came in a couple days ago.
Yeah,
is this-
Jazz.
is this for- Is this
No,
for a
no,
case?
they haven't identified him yet.
Oh, they haven't identified him.
Yeah. Yes.
It just-
Drug overdose, federal incident related to that drug. So we're here to, log the case. Don't worry about it.
Trying to win a war on drugs here.
The PCP? That one?
Yes, that one.
All right. Yeah, they came in a couple days ago. PCP overdose. Yeah, I think it's the one with the skull. Okay. Yeah, I'll send him back. And hangs up the phone. Yeah. Okay. You guys can follow me. Actually, I need to stay at the front desk. Just go down this hall, all the way at the end. Open the door. And then you keep going down. It'll be on your right.
Thank you. Appreciate the help.
Yep.
Did you look through that door?
I thought you said it was the door on the right. I opened the door and it was the door on the right.
All the way down,
That's the parking lot.
through the door, and
There
the
we
one
go.
on the right.
No, it's over here. Ruby, it's over here.
Right.
Hello, doctor.
Yeah, you open the door and you see pretty standard coroner's office. Yeah, you can turn the lights off. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
She's like, please stop touching that. I'm working here.
Faulty light. Keep flickering.
Stop that. She smacks your hand.
I should get that light checked. Looks like it's having some problems.
Not regulation.
When you turn it off, it'll turn off. What's...
This is not of the Fed code.
So is this the chap doc?
No, this isn't him. So I'm sorry. I don't know why. You guys caught us on a bad time. We're short-staffed. So I told Aaron you guys could come speak to me. So I'd like to know what is this case you're working?
We're not allowed to disclose the details quite yet. It's an ongoing case, and I'm sure you'll hear about it soon enough. But for now,
We won't be in any trouble. You can bring the body around. I'll do the autopsy.
No, I'm sorry. That will not be possible.
He's the best in
sorry.
the business.
My name is Marlene Zuniga, and what's your name? She goes to shake your hands.
Agent McAllister.
Agent
You call me
McAllister.
Ruby.
Ruby. Sorry, as I'm sure you would do the same, but I'm sorry, I can't show you anything related to any open cases or any of my work without a warrant. I'm sure you
These.
understand?
Is that something that we know from our experience that we could get? Like we could get access to the corpse through Delta Greens?
Maybe.
Like if I called our handler, would he be able to correct this?
The program is quite powerful.
Okay.
You can try.
Well, let me see if I can take care of that. I call the handler.
Give us 5 minutes. We're just gonna step out.
Okay.
McAllister. Get out of the room.
Oh.
Step out of the room. Call.
Is there a way I can see the room?
Let's go in the back lot, maybe.
Yeah, you guys.
No, I
can't-
mean, like, do I have to move my token to see it?
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's fine. I just didn't.
Occupied.
Oh, sorry.
So you guys can just walk around.
All right.
Yeah.
I call the handler.
You call Hannah. Oh, what is that? You got something else already? What's going on?
We need to. I need to see the corpse. Check the forensic evidence for any signs of what may have caused this. But they won't let me look at it without a warrant. Might need to pull.
All right. Badger didn't work.
Nope. They're being rail resistant. I think it might be tied to the case.
Okay. Sure. I'll see what I can do. Give me a minute. Give me a bureaucracy roll.
No.
Jesus Christ. I use a hero point.
No hero
You gotta let
points.
me do the bureaucracy here.
So you can.
My bureaucracy's not that bad. Oh my god.
This will be the last time I let you do this. after the results of the roll, because it's the first time doing this, you can spend some willpower points to boost your roll.
It's worth it. You don't need them.
Normally,
By how much?
you'll have to do this before, but I'll let you do this after you see the result once.
So
You roll 1d4.
1d4.
So you'll have to get a 4. Oh
Oh.
my god. You get a 4.
Okay. Consider done.
Your target now is 90 for this roll. So 83 is under 90, that's fine. And you're going to lose 4 willpower points.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's worth it. That's worth it.
You get more of those just for the day being over, right?
Something like that.
Not necessarily, but
Bro, fake the power.
so you
What happens when I run out of willpower?
Power.
Do I just give up? Do I just lay down and die?
well, willpower,
Don't worry about it.
You'll go unconscious if you got a willpower. You won't necessarily die. If your hit points are 0, you die.
Am I a ghost?
Why are you under? Why'd you put yourself underground?
I didn't mean to.
You put yourself at negative 100 elevation.
I don't know how I did that.
So maybe,
Wait, maybe I
Marvin, maybe you're calling a couple other contacts. You spend some will. You're calling a bunch of people that you know to help put this together. Because your handler didn't seem super confident. But 10-15 minutes go by. You're getting texts back and forth from some of your contacts. Ring. You pick up.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, sorry, there's a little trouble. Weren't able to get you the warrant, but we got you. There's no investigation going on, so couldn't get you anything official. But sending you over PDF. We were able to forge some things for you. You'll have to print it out, or if the PDF works, if that's able to convince them, up to you. But there you go, and you get a PDF of a forged warrant.
Here you go. Alright, show her the PDF on my phone.
Alright. Give me a persuasion or a bureaucracy roll.
Can I do it?
Sure.
Frick yeah. Success.
She takes the phone. She's just looking at it. She scrolls. All right.
Apologies, it took us a bit longer than expected.
Normally, I don't receive warrants from somebody's cell phone. But everything
It's kind
looks
of
like it checks
urgent.
out. Yes, I can see that.
It's not every day that coroner interrupts a federal investigation with something like this.
Threaten her.
She goes, well, I'm just doing my job. And she does pull up and she grabs a file. She pulls up an autopsy report. She goes, and it looks like the full autopsy hasn't been performed yet, but on the report, looks like Ihe Jirka came in at 3 a.m. Monday morning.
So they have identified him?
Well, I think we got the day of the week messed up at some point, or this one might be wrong, but it was November 14th, 2018. Looks like EMS took the body directly from the street to the coroner here. Yep, and it looks like Sergeant Freddie Sutton and Deputy Julian Sands were the first responders. You see a couple photos, and they processed some evidence before paramedics arrived and took the body. The incident report here claims the sheriff's deputies were they were doing a prison transfer when they responded to 390P, possible use of PCP. So they got on the scene. They arrived before the ambulance, and then EMS says that the deputies reported it as an overdose. They based this analysis on drug paraphernalia and eyewitness accounts collected from the scene. That's all you see here in the paperwork. But she hasn't done the full autopsy yet. That's just the report from the Sheriff's Department and EMS.
Where's the body?
I'm sorry. Both of you, what are your bureaucracy skills?
70.
50.
Okay, both of you can tell. All this paperwork here was very thin. It looks like this was put together like in a rush. Like something isn't right here. Not very robust.
Is this your first day?
These aren't her papers, by the way.
Oh, who's
She
it's
got
from
it.
the cops.
It's from the cops.
Okay, it's the cops' logs.
Cops
This
papers.
is the
They just
laziest
received-
work I've ever seen on an autopsy report.
Well,
Those cops
Lazy.
really were in a rush, huh?
they always are. You know, they just drop off bodies and tell me to do my job. But I'm overrun
Just
here.
drop off bodies.
I'm
Half
sure
of these
you're
reports don't
overloaded.
even have any information on them. That's all I get.
Makes it really hard to do your job then, huh? Those guys.
She goes.
Well.
She goes over to the wall there, pulls it out. You can see on the toe tag there, it's just listed as John Doe. She goes, no toxicology report has been ordered. I didn't receive any of the alleged paraphernalia. They say it was a PCP overdose. I didn't receive any sort of glasswork, any sort of any samples, nothing.
That's odd.
Nothing received here. No wallet, no phone, no keys. I guess he was walking a late night walk, but didn't take his wallet or phone on him. Strange fellow, I suppose. But I'm sorry, I'm overwhelmed. I don't have time to think about it. Sorry. That's all I got for you.
We'd love to see the body. Please bring it out.
Yeah, she pulled it out.
Okay.
She opened the drawer next to her.
Trying to bring up my journal again now that it's saying that the body her phone. No toxicology report requested. It's very odd that no tox report was requested, considering this is considered a drug case.
Yeah,
You
well,
suspect a drug overdose, you don't request a toxicology screening. It's the first time I've ever seen that.
apparently, they were on the scene and it was closed and shut case. And to be honest, I just looking at this, I don't know what else could do it.
Oh, well, you've seen PCB cases before where someone rips their own face off?
I've seen so many things, dozens of bodies coming here with all sorts of unexplainable things happening to them, and we can't always get the answers. We get so many drug cases that they just say John Doe's. It's an epidemic.
Well, what do you need to do this toxicology screening? We gotta make sure that this is you're not brand new. You know, we gotta make sure this is staying off the streets. Not gonna be any other incidents.
Oh, you're
Very important to do
you're
these
gonna
screenings.
solve the war on drugs today?
That's our job.
That's her job.
And it starts with every step. Do the screening.
Well,
I move
sorry,
over
don't
to the
take
body.
orders from you. What do you do?
I walk over to the body and I start inspecting it. I grab some tools and I start inspecting the body.
Your own tools or hers?
Just whatever's here on the counter. I put on a coat too, just to table, just to avoid the blood, the apron, and I start looking through the body for signs of, what would a standard overdose look like? Because I'm sure I've seen plenty of them.
Yes, you can get a precursory look at this, but right here, it would take a couple hours to find the things you want to see. Now, you do see evidence from the video. It does look like this is the right guy. You can tell on what hasn't been ripped apart. It does look like Jazz that you saw from the podcast and from the Suture Sandwiches video. You're checking it out, and it does look like he ripped his own skull open. That's all you can tell just looking for a few moments. But to do like toxicology and do a deeper report, it would take a couple hours.
Okay. I mean, I would like to get started on that, I
need
guess.
you both to roll sanity from looking at this body.
Would I need to? As I
Yes.
do this often?
Yep.
Okay.
This is not.
I'm
this is-
freaking insane,
This is
dude.
unordinary violence here. Phoebe.
The critical success video was nothing compared to this.
Phoebe, seeing this body right in front of you, you're just completely repulsed. This man is horrifically mutilated. Hands, chest, facial features torn to ribbons. Literally, it looks like ribbons of flesh. The front of the skull splits around a hole in the sinus cavity. And Marvin, clearly cause of death is this exsanguination due to the extreme cranial and mandibular trauma. He ripped his skull open. Beyond that, you can't tell anything from just looking at it. Phoebe rushes off to the bathroom and is going to lose 1 sanity.
No.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
No match for the Dorfinator.
Don't mind her. She's this kind of mutilation's rough even for her.
So, do you intend to stay here for a couple hours?
Yep, I'm gonna run a full screen of the body like I normally would a consulting case of this type of work.
Okay, and so Dr. Zuniga is not going to leave you alone with this body.
She can stay here. I don't care.
She can stay here. Well, if you start looking into unnatural things, either you have to explain that to her or get her out before you start looking any further.
Well, if I start finding
distract
something that makes her, if I start finding something, I'll give Ruby a signal.
Okay. You guys can think about that as I want to go over. Been a little hungry. Check out
Suture
some
sandwiches, baby.
So,
This is where the real campaign starts.
Time to get down to business.
God, I just love role
This is
playing.
the real meat and potatoes.
Eating sandwich. Oh my gosh, the ball pit.
I told you there's a ball pit.
I'm going to it.
Benny and Bill in the ball pit.
Wait, what the frick?
What the frick is
What is
it?
going on with this view?
Okay.
What do you guys? I just have black. Well,
You have to scroll over to the
down.
ball pit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Press
but
what?
then whenever
Go
I
down
move,
right.
it moves me back up.
oh, okay. Now I see.
I think it takes a while for this scene to set or something. It's like that issue went away with the other one after a little while.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm sorry. I
all
just see
good.
your mouse is flying around. We'll work on that
It's all
afterwards.
splotchy.
So,
Don't mind me,
Benny
guys.
and Bill, you pull up. It looks like, it's an old McDonald's.
Not a
doesn't have
farm.
a farm. Yeah, thank you.
No.
That's been renovated and turned into a sandwich/pizza shop.
That's crazy. All right.
Unlawful.
Ready to get down to some business, Benny?
I've been ready. I've been ready since I got here.
Benny pulls out his gun, he cocks it, starts pointing at
I like
some
to hear.
children.
Yeah. All right. Let's get in there.
Probably shouldn't have set the two
Bill walks
military
in.
trauma people and on their own, but
That's what I'm saying. But...
Hey,
Oh, wait, is that the door?
yeah.
PB's in the back.
I
You
can't.
gotta click on the door button. Little token on the door.
Oh
these
shit!
guys are about to shoot up a Chuck E. Cheese. Holy shit.
Wow. I love the little icons like turning as I move. It's pretty funny.
So you guys walk up and you see
Tucson.
you see a kid working there at the front desk. Hey, how may I help you? You guys been here before? You guys ever eaten a sandwich before? We got some pretty good ones.
I've eaten a sandwich once or twice. Look like you make some great sandwiches here. What do you got?
It's all up on the board. We do have a special today. We got a green chili chicken agave sandwich. Something
Wait
new.
a second. Are
we're
we
trying
actually
out.
here just sandwich?
Bill looks over at Benny. What do you
Yes.
think? Want to do 2 of those?
You guys can order it up here. You don't have to stand all the way over there.
Are we actually here just to get sandwiches?
No, we're not here just to get sandwiches. I'm just hungry.
Oh. Well, I guess I could. Since I mean, if you're offering, yeah. Yeah,
Alright,
sure.
we'll do 2 of those, please, kid. And then he pulls the badge out of his pocket. We're here on investigative business. We want to talk to one. Let's see here, Hugh's son.
He has a name badge that says name placket that says his name. Well, that's me.
Oh,
Do you actually want those sandwiches?
yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Yes.
Okay.
No need
What
to
is it?
worry. You haven't done anything wrong. We're just here to get some information.
Says
But you should be really scared.
sandwiches. That'll come out to $15.78.
Jeez.
All right.
The two
Hey, what
sandwiches.
channel?
They're the special.
He-
That's cheap, man.
2018.
Yeah. Bill pulls out his wallet and rifles through some cash. He gives him the 20.
Thanks. Hands you back your change, $4.22.
You got a second? Let's go take a seat, eat some sandwiches, and do a little bit of chatting.
Well, I gotta make
You're
your
not gonna meet in the
sandwiches.
ball pit?
All right. Well, we'll meet you over at the table then.
Okay. Oh well, normally you do. Okay.
Be cool.
He starts making your sandwich. It's kind of like a Subway here. He's just making your sandwich. Are you guys standing like right in front of him, or you guys sit down?
No, sit down.
Okay.
Yeah, we go sit down.
He's making your sandwiches, and you can, if you glance over at him, he's fucking sweating. He's so nervous. He's like slopping. He's spilling like lettuce and chicken all over the place on the counters, and he's like rushing to
Maybe
mop
we
it
should
up.
have waited to tell him we were cops after he brought us some sandwiches.
I didn't think the kid was going to be the witness. Probably should have looked into that a little bit earlier.
That's true. Probably should have looked down at his name tag that was right there.
That said, you son.
Look. We were distracted, all right? I was distracted. We got lunch on the mind, okay?
They didn't bring in either of the intellectuals with them.
These two
Simple creatures.
military dudes, Benny Pinchin, I assume, with his like 17 strength, is fucking massive, and Bill Chambers wearing his aviators,
Jacked.
looking like intimidating as hell here.
I'm honestly surprised they haven't just shot up the place yet. This is good. This is going a lot better than I expected.
Well, yeah, we ain't, who's Keith's character from last campaign?
Merv take money.
Yeah, we're Merv.
I'm surprised Bill Chambers didn't just crash the helicopter into the building.
So
Start asking questions after.
Hugh comes up.
We're doing the subtle approach.
He brings you your green chili chicken agave sandwiches. Here you guys go.
He's an agent.
Thank you, son. Please take a seat with us. Like I said, no need to be.
Picks up a chair. I had to do it. No, he sits down at the table next to you, and his hands are between his knees, and he's clearly he's nervous here.
He
should be.
Tapping his foot.
There's no need to be scared here. Like I said, we're just trying to get a little bit of information about something you saw a few days ago.
Yeah. What's it about? What did I see? I mean, what? Sorry.
It's all right, son. We have as I understand it, a victim of a drug overdose. We saw the video evidence of that, and we're just wondering if you give us a little bit more information now.
And
the
his eyes
name
light
and
up
some
for a
other.
second. You saw my video? You got. Oh.
It's
taken down.
In fact, it's the best video we saw. All the other angles couldn't get much from it, but yours, it gave us all the detail.
Oh.
You got a strong stomach, son.
Yeah, I guess.
Now, do you know anything about that man? I'm assuming you haven't seen him before, have you?
No, just well,
What brought you outside to see? Was there quite the commotion going on?
It was from the security camera.
It was from the security camera? Oh, I thought he was filming it with his hands.
No, all
It was
the
just,
handhelds it was too bad. His was from a
How'd
security
you have
camera.
access to
Got
that
it.
footage then?
Got it. Okay.
It was where my manager, I went through, in the morning, and I reviewed all the footage. And I saw this. I told my manager. She told me to delete it, but I thought people would want to see it. I thought I could get some views, so I I'm sorry.
You're going to prison now.
No.
I didn't know. I just thought
Nothing to be sorry about. You're all right. So was he? Okay, so the footage was at 11:30. So this was just outside the sandwich shop, and there's a big crowd gathered. But
Across the
obviously the
street.
sandwich. Okay, and the sandwich shop was closed, presumably at that time. Right?
Yeah, it was 11:10 p.m.
Got it. Okay, I didn't think this through. What are we gonna ask the guy?
And he just fumbling over his words. I didn't think it would do any harm. I always see videos like that online all the time. I just, I knew it was against, YouTube's terms of use, but I thought I would get more views there than on World Star or something.
No. I mean, look, we're federal investigators. We're not the
Yeah, not worried
YouTube
about small
police.
time stuff
We're not-
like that.
We're not worried about that.
Oh, okay. Well, what are you worried about?
Well, you see some of the details on the man's passing are very unusual, and obviously the actual, well, shall we say, death itself was very gruesome.
As we're sure
Yeah.
you saw.
Yeah. It was gnarly.
It was pretty gnarly, I gotta say so. Have you seen anything like that before around here? Or druggies? Is that a problem? How's the area around these parts?
Oh, this area's pretty good. Go too far south on Sutra, you'll see some more of that. Some homeless dudes walking around, they kind of look like zombies or something, But no, around here, this neighborhood's pretty good, I think. There's some gang activity, but the drugs, no, that all stays. It's further away.
Now, after this incident occurred, did any Were there any police in the area? Did anybody come and talk with you from the sheriff's department?
No, I mean, I asked my manager. She said she hadn't heard anything from the police, and that's the that scanner thing, the blotter. That's what you guys call it, right? It said it was an OD. The cops never came. I mean, until you guys never came here or asked for anything. It was just some sort of junkie made his way over here. I don't know.
Right. What do you guys think, party? You guys got anything else?
If we wanted to get more information, drugs, you wouldn't happen to have any information about that, would you?
No, I don't know anything about drugs.
Very good.
And you see his eyes dash over behind the counter, and you see his backpack by the cash register.
No wonder he's so dodgy.
You weren't hiding anything from us, are you?
No. No.
Have you ever heard something called obstruction of justice?
Wink, wink.
I'm not there, but if I was, that's what I would say.
I stare him down.
Okay. Give me a persuasion.
Expl-
I do. Do you have? Oh, you have persuade. This kid's pretty intimidated, but
Okay. I don't really want to roll persuade because
neither of you are terribly charismatic, so I still want to roll.
go.
Actually, Benny is terribly charismatic.
He's terribly charismatic.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
Pretty close.
96.
That's real rough.
Pretty close. Almost got it.
Because no, I haven't. No, I'm not hiding anything.
Oh.
But you do see his eyes dash over to his backpack.
Show him your gun collection, Benny. That'll convince him.
What about that bag over there that you keep looking at?
He looks over at Bill. He looks over at his backpack. Oh, that's just well, I just got out of school, you know. Or this Saturday. Well, I got a lot of homework that, you know, I was gonna do after my shift.
I
What was
like
he
to
doing anyway?
canonically think he did say the school thing and then doubled back on it because he realized it was Saturday.
He did
Like,
not say.
it's really clear he's lying.
He didn't say it. He's like, well, I
would.
just got a lot of homework. I got an essay, and you know, I got a shift. I don't.
Bill stands up and walks over to the backpack.
Yeah. Hugh just keeps in. He doesn't like. Just like, oh, but he doesn't stop you at all.
Yeah.
You can't walk through the table, Bill.
Dude,
Go walk
walking in
around
this is
the table.
hard.
He jumps over it, like for dramatic effect.
behind the
Leaps
counter.
over the table. Yeah, you can go behind the
Thank
counter.
you. Appreciate it. Bill just he just opens up the backpack and starts. He doesn't dump it out, but just starts rifling through it. You know.
There are no drugs that you find, but you do find a laptop.
Laptop. Okay. Ugh. I want to keep going through the kid's stuff.
It's
Okay,
official
nothing-
police business.
There's nothing else in the bag besides the laptop.
Pencils, school supplies. Maybe a notebook.
Yeah.
It does look like he was just using this for homework.
Yeah.
School bag.
Yeah. Yeah. Bill puts it down and walks back. Okay. Seem awfully nervous about your bag there, son.
Yeah, it's just my schoolwork. So you put the laptop back?
Yeah.
You
I
didn't
leave
take
it.
Okay.
Is there a sense motive equivalent in this game?
Human.
Can I roll human?
Maybe I should roll it.
What's your
You guys can
human?
both
Watch
roll
out,
if you
I don't
like.
Couldn't both roll it, yeah.
Alright. Roll human. Yeah, I nailed that one. Hey, that's... Yeah, there you go.
You did it.
Exactly 30.
Bill, you can't tell if he's lying or not, but Benny, you know, he's pretty nervous, especially you were watching his eyes as Bill was rattling around, and when he grabbed and pulled out the laptop was when he got really nervous.
I think
Oh, he must have a copy of the video still.
You wouldn't mind if we, took a look inside your laptop there, would you?
No,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
of course, no. Yeah, go,
All right.
you can.
Wonderful. And I go over and I take the laptop out of the bag
Okay.
and I set it down on this table.
He's just sitting there nervously as you're digging through his stuff. You open it up. It says, "Oh, the password is capital T R 4 V 1 S capital S C 0 T T."
Thanks for your cooperation.
Why? This poor kid.
And so
He
you
just
can
has
tell-
tons of really intense porn that he just is really nervous about someone knowing about.
you can
But
tell
also
this
he's like
guy's-
really wants someone to know about.
This kid is so nervous. Like he saw the badge. He's freaking out. Very unlike the coroner. He's just giving you guys what you want. You go through. It says, and you see he does still have a copy of the video, straight up in the middle of his desktop. This file.
Thought you said you deleted it.
Oh, well, it got taken down. It's off of the security footage, but yeah, I still have this recording. I pulled it off the security system. I didn't think my manager would notice or anything.
Do I find anything else on the laptop?
If you look at the video, and the one you saw online was like 2 minutes 30 seconds. This one, the runtime is like 10 minutes.
Say, this video, is this the extended cut?
Yeah. Well, the rest of it was boring. Just the crowd.
This
The
could be
crowd
some
looking
pretty.
around.
This is pretty valuable information, son. If I do say so myself.
Why do you keep calling me by my last name?
I don't know. You're just you can't keep professional vibe here, so we refer to people by their last names. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's how cops do it. Okay. Yeah, you see, it's like 10 minutes.
You guys should be upset. You guys should start yelling at me like, "Did you just call me a cop? Do I look like a fucking beat cop to
I
you?"
look like a fucking pig to you, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes long, and he's like, "Oh well, it was kind of boring, The real stuff was at the 2-minute mark, but
Don't
the rest
worry,
of
I
it was
watch
just-
boring stuff all the time in this line.
Oh, okay.
Your generation wouldn't know.
I waste my time so much.
Yep.
Did you play the video in
Yes.
front of this kid?
Do we do that? I mean, do we just take his laptop and
You could just take it. There's no way this kid is gonna physically stop you from taking this
I mean,
laptop.
we can.
You guys are on the
do-
security cameras, though.
You are. You guys know this shop has security cameras. And you can see that.
We can wipe those on our way out. It's fine. But like, let's watch it. We don't have to like literally have him watch it with
Let's
us.
watch it in this fast food place at max volume in public.
Yeah, I know I didn't put anyone else on the scene, but there are a couple other people here. I guess someone else comes and starts taking over the cash register.
Yeah, let's just turn down the volume here and scrub through and see what we got.
All right.
So you go through it, and he's just sitting there nervously. He'll interrupt once in a while. Am I under arrest? But you watch the video. It is much longer. You see after the sheriffs show up, right when it was cut on the YouTube video, you see the sheriffs go through. They're clearing out the crowd. The younger deputy, young, he's kind of handsome looking actually, with relatively attractive features, and he looks very strong. He's like pushing the crowd away and like clearing the crowd. The older deputy, a little overweight, kneels down next to the body and starts taking pictures and doing some things. And then the paramedics arrive about a minute later. You see them talking. And yeah, the paramedics, looks like they declare the victim dead. If that was in question. And you see the younger deputy. He goes over to the body. You see the old one talking to the paramedics. Clearly, the paramedic's not needed. This guy's definitely dead. The younger deputy walks over to the body. You see him pick up out of the Jazz's pockets phone, wallet, keys. They don't shove it in the evidence bag. He puts it in his own pocket. And then you see them wave off the paramedics. They leave, and the two deputies walk off screen. And then the video ends.
Tom?
Okay.
That's all the new information you can glean from these extra 6 minutes.
That's not procedure.
All right, let's let's give ourselves a copy of that video. I mean, whatever. Email to ourselves or whatever, and then delete it from the laptop. And
All right.
and then Bill looks at the kid and says, "Yeah, guess you're right. It's a bunch of boring stuff. But I am going to have to take this off your laptop. It's official police. It's under official police review."
Oh. Okay. But aren't you guys FBI?
It's under our jurisdiction still.
Oh, okay. You don't have to roll for this kid. He'll believe everything you say.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Also, I fucked your mom.
Oh no!
He's like, oh, okay.
She would never cheat on my dad.
Oh, your dad was there. He's a cuck.
I didn't need to know that. He goes, oh, okay, yeah, sure. I think I gotta get back to work. Is there anything else you guys need? And he's still super nervous here.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
No, that's all, kid. Thanks for your cooperation.
Buddy.
Okay, thanks. And he
Dwarf.
goes back to his work. All right.
Mhm.
And with that evidence that you guys got, and that Marvin and Ruby Knights are currently working through at the morgue and the crematorium, we will end it here for today.
All right.
Yeah. So, what are you guys thinking? What's going on here?
It's those dirty pigs. They planted something on them.
They're trying to start a race war.
They took something off of him, right?
Yeah, they pocketed like his phone and his keys, I think.
Phone, keys, and wallet.
Yeah, but they put the drugs on him, like in his system. I mean, they injected him.
I don't know about that, but
They did it. I saw it with my own eyes.
you know, they're gonna put it into the water supply.
I'm gonna turn
I
the
think so,
frogs
too.
gay.
Water supply.
Dang, so we got that one officer's attractive, right? Do we got any well, I guess he's got a wife. Marv's got a wife. Yeah, what way does Benny lean? Look at yourself
He's got
nice.
someone he lives with that
Get a nice
is a
LAPD,
little
honey.
complicated.
You willing to fuck a cop for the case?
Yeah, absolutely. I will
He's
try
like,
my
"Only if
absolute hardest.
Only if you
Probably
pay
won't
me
happen.
cigarettes.
If I have to.
If the sheriff
Desperate
sends
times
some
call for
cigarettes,
desperate measures.
I'll do whatever I need for the mission.
Can we make Tyrell Wellick a playable character, please?
Tyrell Wellick's awesome, dude. All right. So we'll end it there. Let's see. We got you guys. I successfully split you guys up. See, it's safe. You're just talking to some
It's
kid.
all according to his evil plan.
He does this every time, man. It never ends well.
No, you guys need to split up. I promise. I'm not trying to.
No, yeah. Look. Like I think
Edie and
it's
Marvin are gonna get into a shootout, and
to me it's standard procedure to be distrustful of the GM, but until proven otherwise, you know, let's just ride it out and see how it
It's been
goes.
proven otherwise.
What do you mean?
Multiple campaigns.
Well, I haven't
I
played
don't-
those campaigns.
I don't tell you to split up in Pathfinder. I tell you to
You
split up
did.
in Delta Green.
You did play the other campaign, the other Delta Green campaign, where he did this exact same thing,
What do
and
you
it was really bad for us.
Did you die?
What do you mean?
No.
Almost.
What went
Almost
badly?
out with the terrorists.
If you
in the
talk about
middle.
the whole car thing, that was on us.
I didn't tell you
And
guys
as far
to
as-
split up. Fucking Smith was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stay in bed this entire day."
Yeah, that was definitely not comparable.
We split up again, and I'm at this bar with this weird lizard person who's ordering things and staring at me weird. I don't know.
It was just a guy walking down the street.
I don't think so. I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys split up. You're getting some evidence, covering your bases. Lost a little bit of sanity, not as much as I would have liked. A little bit of willpower.
Wait a minute.
I want you guys to lose some sanity. That's part of the fun of the game. I don't want you guys
Yeah.
to
Teacher party?
lose.
I
Hello?
only lose like 6 sanity before.
Yeah.
You need. Here's what you need to do. You need to throw in some random. You just pepper in some random like sanity like rolls for completely innocuous things, and they don't have to mean anything. But you have to make us think they mean something. But the actual mechanic here, you're just trying to make us lose sanity.
I would never.
It's like, yeah, that's a real weird apple sitting on that table over there. Give me a sanity roll.
That apple's really throwing me off.
Calls back to.
The sandwich tastes a little off. Roll sanity.
Yeah, do you guys eat the sandwiches?
Yeah,
Nice.
we were,
Yeah,
eating while
poison.
we were just chomping down while we were talking to him.
How'd it taste?
Yeah, it tasted like agave.
Slop.
Tasted like some
Was definitely
agave sunset.
fine dining.
Yeah, have you had any of your agave syrup yet, Keith? Is it good?
I haven't made
Or
tea,
syrup?
but I have had it. Yeah,
I had some
Yeah.
agave. I had agave last week, and it was pretty good.
I put it in a boba, and it was really good.
Oh, do we
I-
miss the scene
Really good.
where they started tearing their faces off after eating that sandwich? Do we forget
You
to do
know,
that?
I feel like if we succeed in this campaign, we all need to celebrate by having an agave sunset.
Can someone come up with a cocktail called the agave sunset?
Yeah,
Kevin, can you put that
I'm-
together?
Absolutely. That's basically already a thing.
It's actually all he's been doing for the last like a week.
Perfecting this formula.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna sneak a little PCP into there.
A little bit of fent, yeah.
A little bit of fentanyl. Just a little bit.
Just a little. For good. It enhances the flavor.
Makes you feel alive for the first and last time. All right, we will end it there. We'll be back next week, Saturday, 9 a.m. See if you guys can figure out what the heck is going on here. All right, peace out.
Peace.
And then I got this sweet stream ending pick. Heck yeah.
Sick.